Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this announcement today has been multiple months in the making.
Multiple.
And Padaki and I couldn't be happier to finally announce it today. We've been doing so much work on the back end to make this come to life. And if you guys are in our Discord or you follow me on Twitter, you already know what the announcement is. But the title is not false. We are doing real money Dynasty rookie drafts today. If you want to join us, that's up to you. But this is not a mock draft today. All right. I mean, maybe we'll sneak one in at the end. Who knows? We'll see how the day goes. But this is for real shmoney. I mean, now it's fun to go in a mock draft, and some of you guys take Ollie Gordon round one. All right. Well, let's put some money behind it. All right. Let's put some money behind it. Let's get into a real rookie draft, and let's see how the things pan out. I think, you know, there's no, you don't use mock draft startup ADP to determine, you know, ADP for a real startup draft, do you? Sure. These type of real drafts that we're about to do are going to be very important. They're going to actually show where people stand amongst this rookie class. So we're very excited, but I want to just, you know, I don't just want to throw this announcement on you guys. I want to take a second and really, first off, say thank you to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all big time. Go ahead and smash that like button to show some love. We got a like goal today of 100 likes with your help. I know we can do it. You guys are always helping us get there. So be a friend, smash that like button. But I want to give you guys some background here a little bit, okay? So as you guys might have noticed, with your help, and obviously we never stop grinding, we never stop working, but with your help, both on the Fantasyland Football channel and the Dynastyland Football, we have grown in the past couple years, and you know we've gotten a pretty decent audience. Now, when that happens, you start to get emails. All right, you start to get emails, you start to get Twitter DMs, you start to get people reaching out from all these different companies, and they want to advertise whatever they have to advertise with your channel, with your community. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you guys, in the last year alone, we have received over 100 emails from different people. It's probably more than that, honestly. Like, it's probably 20 a month. It's insane the amount of people that reach out to us from different companies. And we have been very protective, not only over ourselves and what we would consider a business now, which is crazy to say. With your help, we've turned it into a business. But we've also been extremely protective over you guys. We didn't want to sell something or like have a product and just be like, you know, this is something that we can sell and we can make money from. Go sign up the SeatGeek or something, or, you know, just, you know, like we wanted, if we were going to partner with someone outside of Flock Fantasy, it's the same thing we said before we went to Flock, by the way, then we wanted it to actually be something that we loved actually be something that we thought you guys would love. Let me tell you something. I mean, we went far and beyond to ensure that this product was that, okay? We looked at the history of the product. We looked at the creator of the product. We looked at the backing of the product. We played the product multiple times ourselves. And we said, actually, this could be finally something that we've been waiting for. And we feel like we have finally found a company outside of Flock. Obviously, nothing's changing with Flock, right? But we finally found a company that we really believe in, and that we think can be an addition to both our lives and your lives. And we're very excited to make this announcement. This is an extremely untapped market, okay? And I mean, I think we go into it now that you know the dealio. So, officially announcing. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Drum roll.
Okay. We should have had the soundboard ready to go there. Officially announcing that we are partnering with FastDraft. That's right. FastDraft. You can download it. Use a promo code LAND. When you use our promo code LAND, you'll get your deposit matched up to $50. That is 10 free drafts on us. Once you finish any contest, just any contest, you're going to get my 2025 rookie report and my season rankings, as well as rankings for the app itself. You can check out the pinned comment. I'm actually going to get rid of this little poll now, so that pinned comment can kind of live on its own. But if you guys want to draft with us tonight, we will be doing real drafts, and we'll kind of explain this. We'll answer any questions that you guys have. But if you do want to sign up, use a promo code LAND. Let me go ahead and put a link in the chat for you right now. Draft with us on FastDraft. We'll be doing some real rookie drafts tonight. If you guys don't know, FastDraft is the only best ball on the market right now that has a rookie exclusive contest. That was weird to me. Like, yes, there are certain contests out there that have rookie and sophomore, but for some reason, FastDraft was the only one to say, let's target the Dynasty community. There's not been another best ball company that has specifically targeted you guys. Making a game for you, the die-hard Dynasty people, and that is what was so attractive to us. They have this ability to pull in the Dynasty person and give them a game that they love, and they have ability to do it for the redraft community. And let me tell you guys something. One of the contests that we'll be talking about today is called Origins. And if you don't know Origins, I just want to tell you guys that this is what it looks like in the app. You'll see this Origins contest here in the middle. The Origins contest is so untapped in the market right now that the guy who won it last year also finished top 5 twice. He finished first and he got 4th overall in the contest. This is a completely untapped market. If you are a hardcore Dynasty person, you can take advantage of the ADP in this. I know our community will absolutely dominate this competition. Like, I would not be surprised by the time the year is over if our community, there's like 10 people in the top 10. It's just all people from land. So it's a completely untapped market. It's a draft that's specifically for you guys. It's very simple. This is what we're going to do today. Real Origin drafts. It's very simple. All you do is you draft 6 rookies and you let it roll. Okay. And the most points from those rookies over the course of the season in their first year, that's going to be the winner of the tournament, right? So this is an incredibly unique contest. It's specifically designed for you guys in the Dynasty community. I am more than thrilled, as you can probably tell, to talk to you guys about it. But just so you guys know how this works, $25,000 prize pool, 20-second clock. It's only NFL rookies. There's no positional limitations. You can draft whatever position you want, just like a real rookie draft. It's 10-team leagues, full PPR, and it is not a linear draft, okay? It is a snake draft because it's a competition. The 101 would be just completely overpowered if this was to be a linear draft. Okay, so they've thought about everything. It's very exciting. Badaki and I have already had a chance to do real drafts ourselves, and now we're finally excited to invite you guys in. So again, if you guys are out there, okay, and you want to get into a draft with us, oh my gosh, why is that coming up? I apologize. If you want to get in a draft with us, if you're out there, the link is pinned in the comment section. But all you got to do is sign up, download the app. Okay, once you've downloaded the app, you can use the promo code LAND. It's available on all the app stores, right? No matter if you're Android or iPhone. When you use our promo code and you get your deposit matched up to $50, you will get 10 free drafts on us, okay? When you finish your first contest, send me a DM. I'm not only going to send you my rankings and a rookie report, but if you're a Flock member with the promo code LAND, I'm going to give you a free trade question voucher as well. You'll get a free trade question voucher as well. So if you're out there and that is appealing to you, I mean, think about it. Technically, you can deposit $5 and you would get $10 in credit on the account. You can try it out. You can see if you love it. And then you're going to get a free trade question on the site voucher on the Flock site. The first 30 people who sign up and DM me are going to get that. And we've already had people who have submitted, which is absolutely incredible. But I want to hear your guys' opinions on this. We're going to jump into a draft. I'm going to give you guys a second here to sign up and get ready for us, because some of you guys are going to make history with us. You're going to be the first people to ever be in a FastDraft draft with Land Fantasy here. So I want to hear your feedback. I'm very excited about it. I want to hear your questions. I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable. JCM says, I thought it was a Fortnite collab, but this is pretty cool, which I absolutely love. You're good, Lazy Bones. Let me know if that makes sense. Appreciate you, Vince. Thanks for the congrats. What's up, Josh? Welcome in. What's up, Lazy and TD in the building? What's up, Jordan, Albert? Appreciate you, Daniel Macy. Ollie says, Ollie Gordon could be worth a first-round pick. Y'all calling me out. Hey, Ollie, the roll. You can get into a real draft and put your money where your mouth is, baby. Yeah, we're very excited. And I saw before we even started the stream, people thought it was April Fool's. Not April Fool's. This is the real deal.
It just so happens to fall on the first. And I just want to say something, like, as the questions are going to roll in, like, we're going to do, fast draft mocks. We're still going to do sleeper mocks. We're still going to do dynasty startups. All that is still going to be part of our weekly stream. We're just now throwing this into the mix. Apparently I have an echo. So I'll
stop
talking.
I know why that's happening. My bad. Go ahead. You're good.
I'll just say that again. Like all the things that we're going to be doing is going to be still very the same. We're just throwing the fast drafts part into our weekly schedule. So if you're coming here saying, you know what, I'm not a huge fan of best ball betting money, that's okay. We're still going to be doing everything that we've done here before.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get to know fast draft a little bit better. But huge love. All
right. Well, we've talked a lot, and it's going to be a fun time. And the roll says do more than one draft. He's just going to deposit some money. No worries, man. And yeah, so location, that's the one thing I'll say. Matt, who is the founder of this, he founded Player Profiler as well. If you guys don't know, he's had a lot of success in the industry. But we've had so many conversations with him. And if there are things that you guys want to improve about the app, there are contests that you want, you can DM us because we have a direct line to the owner here. We can ask them for whatever we want. And they've been incredibly accommodating and wanting to make the app as good as possible. But one thing we do need to talk about is the locations. All right. So any of these locations here in green are good to go. You are cleared. I can tell you that Canada is coming soon. I know we're working on Pennsylvania. That's coming soon. Michigan as well. But the vast majority of states you are able to play right now. So keep that in mind. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. I want to get into a real draft with you guys. I know there's a lot of Michigan people out there. There's a lot of, Alex says fast draft is awesome. Real people with real money line. No nonsense drafting. That's right. It is no nonsense drafting. All right. We appreciate y'all. Go ahead and do us a favor. Smash that like button to show some love. Got a like goal today of 100 likes. And let's go ahead and let's get into, should we just do the damn thing?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do the damn thing. Just let me know when you get into one, and I'll go ahead and hop in.
Okay, so just so y'all know the dealio, if you're on the app, you'll see the Origins logo here. Maybe you had a chance to sign up. If you haven't had a chance to sign up, don't worry. We will go ahead and do another draft here to get more people in. But let's go ahead and get into this latest Origins real draft, rather. And let's go ahead and enter this tournament here now, okay? And you guys can go ahead and join us. And now we get to talk about the rookie class, but not in hypotheticals. Like, you're putting your money where your mouth is. I mean, imagine last year if you were in a rookie in Origin draft, Badaki, and imagine you had drafted Bucky Irving in like the 3rd round. Imagine that was you. Or Jalen McMillan late, and you won the contest because of Jalen McMillan. You know what I mean? Like, Puka Nacua the year before. Like, you can find these guys that we love, and you can draft them before anyone's thinking about it, right?
But think about, like, even last year in the wide receivers, how, like, Brian Thomas, probably early on in the offseason, people were like, oh, I'm not in love with Brian Thomas. You got him at, like, that 1-2 turn, and you could have got a massive discount. So I think there's so many different ways that you can really think about it, getting value. And once again, like, since this is right now, like, we hope this app, and we believe this app is going to be something huge, and the fact that you can get in now and win this pool on a smaller base of people,
it's untapped,
which means you have a higher chance of winning right now. So
the guy who got first and fourth last year, he took home like a huge use the promo code LAND, guys. Use the promo code LAND when you signed up. Okay, you'll get your deposit matched up to $50, and DM me on the Flock side if you're a member with us. I'll give you a free trade question voucher. But you definitely use code LAND. We got 2 more spots left in this Origin. Let's get this filled up. But yeah, one thing that is important to say is the guy who won last year, his draft was done before the actual NFL draft. And I think that's where some of the secret sauce is in this. If you're a diehard Dynasty guy and you're studying rookies left and right, you will be able to find holes in this ADP. You will be able to find your guys. Like, for example, I saw the Jalen Royals ADP, and I was jumping all over it on this app. Sully, you're okay, man. I mean, you can still sign up with the promo code LAND on FastDraft, guys. And if you're already signed up on FastDraft, you can actually enter the code LAND, and you'll be good to go. Just DM us after you enter the code LAND, and send us a screenshot over on Twitter or Discord or wherever the case may be, and we'll get you guys all hooked up. So you can still use the promo code LAND afterwards. Alex says, to be fair, before the NFL draft, I thought Bucky was worth the late first. I'm not even kidding. That's fair. You got to find like the next Puka,
I was
Brian
there too.
Thomas.
I had Bucky as if I'm not mistaken, as one of my top 3 or top 5 running backs, and then he had a really terrible combine, slow 40. He fell into the 4th, 5th round, and we were like, whoa, because obviously we factor in draft capital, landing spot. Rachaad White coming off a big year, and then he takes over. Which, I mean, we were right on the evaluation. It was just the timing and the draft capital that really threw the spanner into the works here.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the top ADP risers as we have one spot left here, guys. One spot left to get into this first draft with us. Let's make some history together. Again, untapped market right now. You got to recognize that. It is an untapped market. I mean, you got a real chance to make some good money if you know what you're doing with these rookies on this app. But some of their ADP risers in the past month, I think. Names like Jalen Lane have risen 15 spots in ADP. My guy Jarquez Hunter. My guy Jack Besh. Jaden Blue moving up. I don't think Donovan Edwards should be moving up. I really don't think he should, to be honest with you. But he is. Some of the fallers, this shouldn't be a surprise. Xavier Restrepo. After that combine performance, he's starting to fall a little bit, which is sad, but what can you do? What do you think about the whole narrative that, he was injured?
I mean, when did he get injured? Was he injured significantly before? Did it tighten up on the day?
I think he said that he got it tightened up on the day before he actually went into
If it's tightened up on the day, then he shouldn't have ran. Like if he woke up that morning and he goes,
okay, hold on. Sorry, we're officially in. My bad. Hold on. We're officially in. All right. So this is starting 20 seconds on the clock. You're actually at the 101, you lucky bastard.
I'm at the 101. That's easy.
All right.
I love that for me.
Badaki's at the 101 here in our first ever real money draft here on FastDraft.
Oh, Daniel Macy's in. Let us know if you're in. I see Daniel Macy.
Yeah, let us know who's in with us. I see Macy.
Sparrow.
PPR Tyler looks familiar for sure.
Football Garbage. I think he also drafts with us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And by the way, the cool part about this app, by the way, is that you can actually import your own rankings. I have my own rankings imported here. You can sort by ADP if you want instead, or you can sort by your own rankings, which I love personally. All right, so we had Cam Ward go off the board, then Amarion Hampton, and your boys on the clock. And now I have to make a decision. Wow, who's going to score the most points as a rookie?
Well, this is where you put your money where your mouth is here.
This is crazy. I'm going to go Tet because I think he's more of a lock for the first round than Luther Burden. Even though I have Luther Burden slightly ahead of him right now, I have to recognize that right now Tet is really the only lock in round 1. So I'm going to go Tet at the 4 spot there. There comes Travion off the board. Shador Sanders.
And I can
if he goes round 2, that's going to be a terrible pick. If he goes round 1, you'll love it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And you saw how early Cam Ward went at the 102 there. That's kind of locked and loaded if you really think about it in the quarterback and the rookie space. You kind of know he's most likely going to the Tennessee Titans starting all 17, 18 games, unless there's some crazy debacle there with Will Levis and he's just looking like a god, which I really doubt.
Yeah. All right, so there goes Luther Burden off the board at the 8 spot. Caleb Johnson off the board as well. What's cool is, we said to Matt from FastDraft, we said, hey, we'd love to showcase this on a desktop. Obviously, mobile, it's a great experience, but they're already working on that for us. They're already working on a way for us to showcase this on mobile, so we don't have to stream it from our phone. But I mean, the amount of things that they're willing to change and tweak and make the game better for us is unlimited. Again, if you ever have an idea on any part of it, DM me or Badaki because we can go straight to the owner. This is awesome. So Travis Hunter, technically this is the 111. All right, 11th player off the board. And you'll notice this is a snake draft. Again, because this is a competition. It's not a true Dynasty rookie draft, but you will see exactly how people actually value Dynasty rookies, right? There's no positional. You can draft the same position the entire time. You can go different position every single time if you want. But we can actually see where people's thoughts are here on a contest like this.
Yeah, and that's who I was low-key hoping. Yeah, that's who I was low-key hoping was going to fall to me.
Who?
Jackson Dart. Obviously, with all the talks and everything, potentially getting a start, like maybe it's a bad pick if you really think about it. Like I think he can go to the Steelers if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go. I think he can go to a place.
I'm on the clock. Sorry.
Yeah, you're on the clock. It's 20 seconds, and that's really fast.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. With my rankings, what does ADP say? I wonder. Okay, Ollie Gordon is what they say.
It's Ollie Gordon. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, that was the first guy on my rankings. That's fine. Oh no, Cam. How did I let Cam get past me? I gotta fix my rankings. Shit.
I'm on the clock here.
There's a reason they call it Fast Draft, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be ready on this one. I do love the Travis Hunter value at the 11th pick overall. Huge fan of that. Y'all know I've said this since the beginning of the offseason. If Travis Hunter is a receiver, he's my wide receiver 1. Oh, and by the way, there's a third round reversal. Again, to try and not give the 101 so much power, the third round reversal is absolutely crucial in a contest like this. Okay, so RJ Harvey comes off the board. We had Scadaboo, Samson, Jalen Royals. He ends up being the 20th player overall. Then RJ Harvey comes off the board there at pick 21. And Sauce, I agree with you. I mean, I am 100% on board with you, my friend. I took an L. I should have grabbed Cam Scadaboo. He should have been at the top of my rankings. I need to tweak that after this stream. Sully says, just waiting for another one to open. I used your code, LAND. I love that. If you guys want to get into the next draft with us,
appreciate you, man.
Download the FastDraft app. Use the promo code LAND. And then you'll get your deposit matched up to $50. That is 10 free drafts on us, guys. And, if you're someone out there who isn't a member on Flock yet, then you will also get my 2025 rookie report and my 2025 season rankings, as well as Flex 4 rankings on this app. And then DM me if you sign up with the promo code LAND and you do a contest. I'll give you a free trade question voucher on the site as well. Damn, the pair of Higgins and Knoll go off the board.
I know they both go. I have a guy. Hopefully, I think you're gonna take.
I was eyeing them up. Ooh, welcome home, Jack Besh. Welcome home, baby. Let's go. And it actually means something. That's the beautiful part of this contest. It actually means something.
Hopefully, let's see.
Oh wow. I'm looking at ADP versus my rankings. So interesting to see.
Yeah, ADP is crazy right now.
The ADP is so, you can exploit it so easily.
Okay, this is perfect.
Johnny says, $50 deposit match with land complete. I love to see that, Johnny. Please feel free to DM me on Twitter or Discord with your screenshot of you doing that and your Flock Fantasy username. If you're a member with the code LAND on Flock, I'll give you a free trade question voucher as a thank you here for the first 30 who do it. You went
thank you so much, man.
In there. I was eyeing him up as well. If Jack Best wasn't on the board.
And I think, I think about these mock drafts now and how deep this class is and how some of these guys, specifically the running back, could get so many opportunities. And you know what? I want to go another running back here. I'm going all running back. Well, not all running back. I took Jalen Royals. I take David Martinez there.
Well, if you look at the guys who won their Flex 4 competition last year, most of the builds are all running back centric. But that just goes to show you how the NFL transformed last year a little bit. That doesn't mean that these rookies are going to break out necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine drafting
Jonathan Brooks and Trey Benson.
Jonathan Brooks and Trey Benson. Oh my God. You felt so good potentially about that, and then it's like, oh, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm looking at my rankings here, looking at ADP. I don't need to draft a tight end. Love that. I'm going to take Brashard Smith. I'll take my guy here in the 4th round.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was thinking about him. And this is where you take a shot on the guy. This is where, the Bucky Irvings went last year, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, this is 4th round, but it's a 10 team, so you're right. This is Bucky range for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Hey, do us a favor, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button. There is not another stream on YouTube right now where you guys are seeing real rookie drafts that actually mean something, that people are putting their money behind, their money where their mouth is. You're only seeing that here right now on YouTube. This is the only place you're seeing it at the moment, okay? Show some love. Drop that like button. Let's hit 100 likes together. With your help, I know we can do it. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the love. And of course, for anyone who's just coming in, you can join us on the next draft if you want. I'll put the link in the chat. But very easy to sign up. Download the FastDraft app on whatever platform you're on. You can get your deposit matched up to $50. That's 10 free drafts on us. And then when you finish DM me. I'll send you my 2025 rankings, my rookie report, and a free trade question voucher on the site if you're a member with Land on the Flock site. Yeah. And then let's get ready for another draft. I mean, I'm loving this. I don't want to stop, honestly. No, I'm not saying that because we're promoting it. I genuinely love this.
I think to even tell you guys for the first time that are drafting, once the draft is done, you have boosters as well, like the boost at the end.
We haven't even talked about that. That's so true.
No.
Tez Johnson. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Round Tez. Oh no, Kyle. I was waiting for Kyle to drop to me.
I was low-key hoping Jarquez Hunter was going to fall to me there, but
Jarquez, yeah. Trevor.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, being at the 101 is good, but then it's like, who do I get? Who do I get here?
You know, I think the penalty is valid though. Like you're getting the clear best player in fantasy this year with Genty. At least that's what we expect. So I like that they penalize it just slightly. Yeah, I'm gonna grab Taj Brooks. I haven't actually scouted him yet, but I've heard a lot of really good things from people I like. So I'm gonna grab Taj Brooks there at the 507. I like this running back class. I'm gonna try and primarily build my team around running backs. You know, Sparrow here. I love you, Sparrow. But building a team around tight ends is going to be tough. I mean, you can make the argument that tight ends are becoming more and more important to the NFL as rookies. You could totally make that argument. But you could also make the argument that, you know, historically they haven't had a great hit rate. So you got to decide what you want to build around at each pick.
That's what I wanted to build around. I wanted to get a tight end at least one.
Oh, did you?
I wanted Mason Taylor. I got really excited there. You know what? I'm going to put this guy in my queue.
Hey, Jonathan, I can tell you that idea is coming soon, my friend. The idea of sending a private draft to your friends, that idea is coming soon. And again, please, if you guys ever have ideas that you want to see implemented, DM us. We can make it happen. As long as it's not crazy, we can make it happen. So you went Terrence Ferguson there. I like that value, actually. I actually don't mind a Terrence Ferguson pick there.
I don't mind either. I'm trying to figure out who I should even go here next. I just went Ricky. It's going to be so exciting, right? Like sometimes you don't know where some of these guys are going to go, right?
Totally.
Let's say Terrence goes in the 3rd round. It's like, oh, that's decent value, and then he goes to a landing spot that is favorable. I got him in the 5th round there. So it just really depends on, and especially after the NFL draft. Well, not after, but as we get closer and closer, we hear more and more rumors. Some of these ADPs are going to flip and change, and you're going to be able to get other people for different values.
Yeah. So I think my draft would have been flawless if I took Scattaboo. I need to figure out what's going on with my rankings there. But I really love my draft built around these running backs, two wide receivers in Tet and Jack. I don't feel confident about the Tet one. Honestly, the 4 spot might be the worst spot in a Origins fast draft. And the reason I say that is because we know Cam Ward's going to start. So even if I don't believe him, this competition is built around points this year.
Exactly. So like,
so he should be high in this type of format.
And like, if you get someone like Shador at the end of the 1st, no, where did he go? At the 106, that is phenomenal. All right,
let's have a little geese here. So this is what Badaki was talking about. When you finish your draft, you have certain boosters, and this is a cool like addition. If you guys have ever played English Premier League Fantasy, it's kind of unique in that sense. It models it a little bit. By the way, the fastest drafter was Tyler. Tyler averaged 5 seconds per pick. Tyler was on sicko mode in this draft, okay?
And look at that best value ADP Mason Taylor, who I really wanted there.
They made an error there. It's supposed to say worst pick in the draft, Mason Taylor. No, I'm kidding. So that draft took 11 minutes. That's incredible. And if you click on Edit Boosters, this is where you can decide how many extra, so for example, right now, Tet McMillan, if I put a 2-point booster on him, pretty self-explanatory. Think of it as a premium. He's going to get 2 times the points of anyone else, right? On my team. Giddens will get 1.75. But if you wanted to get unique in some of these drafts, you could switch it up depending on how much belief you have in a certain player. Like for example, if I said, you know what, actually I want Jack Besh to get that 1.75 premium, then I can make that move right here, right now. Let's say I'm hearing rumors. I actually think Jack Besh is going to be a 2nd round pick. I don't know about Giddens. Now I can go ahead and hit update boosters. And obviously that's a big part of the competition there. But But yeah, so I had a lot of fun. I think we've had people who signed up and want to go again. Let me know if you're in the chat, you want to go again. I'm totally down to do this again. I'm genuinely loving life right now. This is very fun. So let us know if we want to do another one, guys.
Yeah, I'm down.
No, this is not tied in premium. Just to be clear, not tied in premium. All right. So Joe says he wants to go. Sully's down for it. Let's do it then. Okay. All right. So people,
I'll enter.
I'm going to enter a draft here in a second, all right? But I just want to let you guys know that if you're watching this, let me give you a little spiel here for a second so people know what's going on. Some people might have just joined, but we have officially partnered with FastDraft, all right? You can download the app on any platform that you're on. When you download it, use the promo code LAND. You'll get your deposit matched up to $50. That's almost 10 free drafts on us, 5 free Origin drafts. When you finish your first contest, DM me. You'll get my rookie report, my cheat sheet, and I'm going to give you a Flock Fantasy Trade Question voucher for LAND members. You can check out the pinned comment in the chat. It's also in the description, and I just put it again in the chat for you there, so you'll have access to it no matter what. When do you have to set boosters? That's a good question, because I've actually gone to a previous Origin draft that I did. If I go down here, there's a portfolio section, and I can see my exposure. If I go to teams, this is one that I did on the 25th of March. Can I change my boosters, I wonder?
Yeah, you can. You should be
able to. You can, right? Yeah, edit boosters. I think you can do it all the way up until the season.
Yeah, until the season starts, if I'm not mistaken, and then it locks.
Or actually, this first Origins one, you can do it all the way up until the NFL draft. You have to do it before the NFL draft because it would be an unfair advantage, actually. I just remembered that. But after the NFL draft or during the NFL draft, there'll be a separate contest. So yeah, you can edit those boosters all the way up until the NFL draft if you get a feeling on something. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into another one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit enter on this Origins draft. You guys can join us here. I'm gonna enter here in 3, 2, 1. We'll let that join.
Says we need one more, I think, or 2 slots left.
TD says, idea, 1 10-second time extension instead of it being auto pick on your first miss. Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Nice, TD.
Okay, we are live, people. We are drafting.
I got the 101 again.
Did you? You freaking lucky little bastard. How do you keep getting the 101?
I have no idea, but maybe I should switch it up. No, that would be dumb. You take Ashton Genty.
Yeah, you take Genty. You don't overthink it. All right.
No.
Our second ever real money rookie draft starting here.
And let us know. 3, 2, 1. Let us know if you're with us as well.
Yeah, I want to know who's in this one. I see Sparrow in there. I see Tyler in there again. And if you didn't make it, don't worry. We'll do another one. All right. So Genty goes, Ward goes again in a contest like this where you're really just asking the question, who's going to score the most fantasy points? That's really the question that you're asking. It makes sense for Cam Ward to go this high because we know he's going to be, starting for a team from day one. At least that's our expectation. I'm going to go ahead and draft Omarion Hampton here at the 103. At the 104 is a spot that I hate, man. I hate the 104. I'd much rather be at the 107 than the 104 just because I think there's just so many different ways that you can go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Iowa, no worries, Joe. Iowa is in the pipeline. We'll get Iowa in there approved very soon. I promise you, my friend. Appreciate you big time, though, for love.
Appreciate you, Joe. Thanks for even taking the opportunity to download it, having to check it out.
Yeah, we got a lot of people who are saying they've downloaded it, they've entered the code, but they're in a blackout state. I can promise you, based off our conversations, a lot of those states are in the process of getting approved. Even Canada in the process of getting approved, which is awesome. But Sully, don't worry if you missed it. If there's enough people who want to do another one, I'm happy to get in again. But let's look at this first round, okay? We had Genty, Ward, Hampton, Travis Hunter go at the 4 spot. Wow, Sanders, Henderson. Tet falls to the 7, Badaki. Judkins, Johnson, Golden, and Burden falls to the 201.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. What a start from PPR Tyler there.
That is a phenomenal start, Matthew Golden.
Look at Steve with Judkins and Igbuka there. Oh, my gosh.
Getting Travis Hunter at the 104 is probably not a bad idea. I clarify me if I'm wrong, but offense and defensive points?
There is right? If you guys love IDP, though, there is an IDP contest exclusively on the FastDraft app. But no, I don't believe that is the case.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
But imagine starting your draft with Judkins, Igbuka, or Golden Burden. That's just That's nutty.
That is nutty.
Crevers goes Sanders and Harris there. I'm going to start looking at the board here.
Yeah, Zach is... Let's see what he's going to do. I'm not going to say anything.
Yes, I get to right my wrongs. I get to right my wrongs. Welcome home, Cam Scattaboo. Let's get that exposure up, baby.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Hopefully I can... Hopefully this Walrus Tommy...
Who are you eyeing up, or you do not want to say?
I was eyeing up. I know I was eyeing up Dylan Sampson. That's what I wanted. I wanted to change it up a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna have the same start, which I don't want again. Okay, I'm gonna make a panic pick already. I'm just gonna switch it up. Okay, that was definitely an auto pick. I definitely didn't want Elijah Royal. Or Alec, sorry, Alec Manor.
You know what? We're not big on Alec, but a lot of people are. So it could end up being a real steal for you.
It could.
I'm gonna.
I definitely could.
Pin comment. I want to clarify for people that use code LAND on sign up. So I want to replace that pinned comment. There we go. All right. Sorry guys. Too much
having
in the chat.
Having the 101 is so good, but like also like,
man,
I guess like when you think about it,
I am just obsessed with the back end of the board in these drafts. The Judkins Egbuka Knoll start is making me feel things that I shouldn't be feeling on a stream. It is making me feel things I'm uncomfortable to say out loud.
Be careful.
Be careful. All right, Devin Neal comes off the board. Damian Martinez, he's sneaky, man. I like Damian.
Yeah, I know. I got him last time around in the... Later, actually. I got him at the 310 last time.
I got some Jack Besh last time. I've got no ownership yet of Tootin. I love me some Bashul Tootin, some Scootin' Tootin. We'll take him here with our third pick. And what do you know it? All running back so far for your boy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, especially in a class like this where any of these guys can get a starting job immediately, just feels phenomenal. I mean, especially Thomas. At the 102 there, Cam Ward and Dylan Sampson, and if both of those guys get a starting, well, we already know you're guaranteed one.
Yeah, Cam's guaranteed, right?
Okay, so I have two on my queue here. I'm gonna go Brashad Smith, and I'll go a little bit of Jack Besh.
Yeah, that's a great start for you, dude. I mean, I would have taken Jack Besh all the way at the 210 there instead of Alex, so that's incredible value. You kind of played ADP there on accident really well.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. We see you, Sauce. You just got the deposit in the wedding draft. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. If you use that promo code LAND. Tommy. Oh, it's Warriors Tommy's here. That's awesome. Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, if you get a deposit in today and you accidentally didn't use the promo code LAND, just go ahead and pop it in afterwards. Obviously, ideally, you use it beforehand, but pop it in afterwards. Feel free to send me a DM. Oh, I'm on the clock. Oh, shit. Okay, 7 seconds. But we're built for this. We're built for this. You know what? YOLO. Jalen Milroe. That's a terrible pick. It's a 4th round. Who cares? All right. Who cares? All right. The ideal scenario here is that Jalen Milroe gets drafted in like the 2nd or 3rd round, and then the guy in front of him gets injured, and then in the playoffs, when I'm trying to win this competition, Jalen Milroe is rushing for 100 yards per game.
Jalen Milroe to the Browns is exactly what you want in the early 2nd round, because you know that he's going to get on the field if Kenny doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. Up. That's true. All right, which team do you like the best so far? I'm gonna say Steve-O Speak. I'm obsessed with Steve-O Speak. Start there. Also love PPR Tyler too.
I like PPR Tyler, Matthew Golden, Luther Burden, a guy that can go in the. I mean, I keep seeing. I think Lance Zierlein just released one, and he keeps putting him to the Cowboys.
What
mock draft?
Matthew Golden.
Yeah,
I'm seeing him go as the #1 guy in the class consistently at the moment. Well, not consistently, but pretty often. Yeah, I should say.
Pretty often, yeah, exactly, which is really interesting. So getting Matthew Golden and then Luther Burden, if he does, let's just say he falls into the 2nd round, it's still not terrible on the outcome and the production he can get, right? Like early 2nd round, that can be the Browns, that can still be the Giants, that can be the Titans if they really wanted to go and get a weapon for Cam Ward.
Man, Tez Johnson and Jordan James are so sneaky. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're good.
Just every time Jordan James and Tez Johnson come off the board this late, I'm like, wow. Because the reality is, me taking Jalen Milroe and bench taking Quinn Ewers here at the 6th spot, there's like a very good chance those guys are nothing burgers. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Kyle. My guy, Kyle. Damn.
Maybe I shouldn't have highlighted the comment that said Kyle Williams will be the biggest ADP gain after the draft. Maybe I shouldn't have highlighted that comment while I'm waiting to draft Kyle Williams. I mean, that might make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, Torrey Horton comes off the board. Jarquez. Nice. I like it. You know, I'm not the biggest LeKent Allen guy, but a lot of people like him. I think a lot of people are wrong, but I'm going to add him to my queue. And let me just look at ADP real fast. Yeah, we'll let the queue run. We'll go LeKent there. Again, I'm not the biggest LeKent Allen guy, but there's a lot of people who love him. With one of my last picks, I'll take a dart throw on him at this point. Kind of try and mix in some players that you're not as big of a fan of.
Exactly.
You know? So that way you're not just drafting all the same exact people, you know?
Yeah, which I'm trying to do. I have a queue, so I'm taking my time here.
Billy says, love the new partnership. Talk it up. Too bad Nevada doesn't allow for this. That's shocking, honestly. Because, I mean, all I can think about is betting when I think about, like, Nevada, Las Vegas. But I can promise you that it's in the pipeline, Billy. It's in the pipeline. And the great thing is that on the app, they have something called turbo mode. So if you guys are ever traveling and you end up getting into a state that you can draft on, still sign up, use the promo code LAND. And then if your state gets approved, great. You can draft whenever you want. If your state is not approved when you're traveling, even if you're just in an airport, let's say you live in Nevada, but you have a layover in California, then what you can do is you can literally deposit in California. You can do, what do they call it? Turbo mode, where you can use your rankings to do like mass drafts if you wanted to do so. So yeah, you can do that if you want. It's one of the features that they've intentionally built out for people who are in different states. But yeah, when you sign up, still use the promo code LAND. Then when you end up depositing, let us know. And when you end up playing, and let us know. Tell us how you like it. Give us feedback. You know, we have direct access. This is the cool part about this thing, this whole partnership, guys. We have direct access to make this the best product we want it to be. Your ideas can help us get there.
Appreciate you, Billy. He says moving in a few months. I'll be in Cali.
Moving to Cali, Billy? Damn, bro. We almost lived in the same place. Are you moving to OC, I imagine? You know, me and Billy knew each other before Fantasyland even started. And
yeah, Kingdom Builder, huh, Billy?
That's right.
See at the top.
And we almost lived in the same state. Damn. Okay. So
some of these boosters, see.
So let's have a little look here. The best value was Will Howard. I don't know who took him. The best value on my team was apparently Jalen Milroe. I was the slowest drafter. I'm sorry. And PPR Tyler is setting records. All right. This man was 5 seconds last time, and this time he was under 5 seconds. All right, PPR, if you get into the next draft with us, I want to see you under 3. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Yeah, let's have a look at the old boosters here. I'm probably going to leave it as is for now. I don't have much conviction on changing that at the moment. But awesome. Do we want to get into another one, guys? How are we feeling? You guys want to keep having some fun? Is there other people who want to join us? I'm very content to keep drafting. But let us know how you guys are feeling.
I know Sully wanted to get into one.
Yeah, Sully wanted to get in one for sure. Sparrow says, I'm still ready. He still wants to get in there. You know, Joe, that's the cool part about this as well. If you look at ADP, there are like certain names that you can totally just take a shot on at any point. And all the names are in there. So, for example, if you wanted to draft Isaac Tesla, you can draft him. You can make him your last pick if you want. Marcus Yarn's another great example, Joe.
Yeah.
100%. All right, let's get into another draft here. Yeah, Badaki?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's try and
I'm going to go ahead and hit enter tournament. If you guys are out there and you're watching, the big announcement today was that we are partnered with FastDraft. You can check out the pinned comment. You can download the FastDraft app on any platform. Use the promo code LAND at sign up. You get your deposit matched up to $50. That's up to 10 free drafts on us. When you finish your first contest, DM me. You're going to get my rookie report. You're going to get my season rankings, my cheat sheet, which people loved last year. And I'm also going to give you a free trade question voucher on the Flock site if you're a member with Flock, with Land on the Flock site itself. DM me. I'm going to make sure and get you guys all set up. And let's go ahead and join another draft. And if you guys are out there, check out the pinned comment. Again, when you sign up, make sure you use the promo code LAND. Surly says it says 4 spots remaining for him. So we're definitely in the same draft. 2 spots remaining. Yes, Donnie, you might have missed a big announcement. You can go back to the beginning of the stream if you like. I want to know where in California Billy's moving to. That's what I want to know.
I'll say San Fran.
No
San
way.
Fran or
I don't think Billy will move to San Fran.
I don't really know much about California. Maybe
I'm gonna say Orange County or
San Diego.
I could see you in like Pasadena. All right, this draft is starting. Please do not let Badaki get the 101 again.
I swear if I have the 101.
Okay, he doesn't have the 101. Thank God.
What do I have? I have 107. Wait, are we in the same one? Okay, yeah, we are.
Yeah, you're at the 107 there. We got Tyler in here again. Sparrow, Cravers. Sauce is in, baby.
Yes, Sauce is
Johnny Detroit.
Sunny? Let us know. Hopefully you got in.
Kevin says made it to 100 likes. Appreciate you guys big time for helping us reach that goal. Sauce says he's ready to cook. Sauce is at the 105 there as Ash and Genty comes off the board at the 101.
Nice.
And now,
so he says he's in. That's awesome.
Your boy's on the clock. I
got
just
the
took
103
Hampton,
again.
man. I keep getting at the 103 or the 104. My exposure is so...
Tyler says, I had 3 starts, 10 pick. Oh, actually, that's so true.
Tyler, the crazy thing is that I actually want to be where you guys are. I want to open a draft. I'm at the 7 to the 10 spot right now. It just seems like that is the sweet spot in these drafts at the moment. So I envy you a lot right now. Sully's in. You love to see it. What's your username, Sully? You Sunny? Is that you there, Sunny?
Yeah, I think it might be Sunny.
Man, this is a lot more fun than I thought. I thought it was going to be fun, but this is more fun than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so we had Ted McMillan, Travion Henderson, and Judkins come off the board. Yeah, we've got a couple people talking about the state that they're in. So right now, the big states that we're working on to get over the border, over the line rather, Washington, Nevada. I know Pennsylvania, New York, Michigan are all definitely big time ones they're trying to get across. Canada, the entire state of Canada as well. So yeah, soon. I can promise you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of people from Pennsylvania. Have you noticed that? I've had like 7 messages today from people from Pennsylvania who are like, man, I want to, but I'm in Pennsylvania.
I want to play, yeah. I know all I know is that that's what Matt is going to be trying to do here. Yeah, I'm on the clock. You know what? Let's go Loveland.
Yeah, because you don't have to draft the tight end. You have to decide when you want to, roster them.
You're gonna have to do it. Yeah, I was trying to get at least one of those wide receivers. I thought one of those 4, Golden, Emeka, Luther, or Travis was gonna fall to me there at the 2-4. So I was like, I'll try it. But that wasn't the case, which is all right. And I get third round reversal anyway. So let's see who's gonna come back to me.
Yeah, I'm just putting that info in the chat for Sharky. This is FastDraft, my friend. You can download the app, sign up with the promo code LAND, and let's draft together, man. Some real rookie drafts. All right, so Jalen Knoll came off the board there. He's been going in the 3rd, so he went a little higher than he typically has been. ADP has Dart Gordon. I'm gonna grab some DJ Giddens again. I'll go DJ. Go DJ. Go DJ. Go. Saw says scat secured, dub secured. Joe says I went to an ISU UCF game this year. RJ Harvey was so quick and elusive. He was one of the more fun people to watch this year. If he wasn't 24 years old, if he was like 21, I think he probably would be a first 3-round pick, maybe round 2. But I think that's the reason why he could fall into like round 4 or 5. Damn, Jalen Royals.
I know.
Oh, you were at the 2-4, so you were primed.
I wanted. That's what I wanted, but it's okay. I'm gonna go Higgins. Let's get some Higgins.
So Jaden Higgins off the board there. You'd love to see it. I'm a big Jalen Noel guy, but for you to get Higgins almost an entire round after him, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's why I was literally about to say 207 he went. I get him at 304. Hopefully that can
So let's see what Johnny Detroit goes here. I'm looking at ADP. I like that you can see your percentage owned like in your rankings. You can make your own rankings and your ADP. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Here you go, Savion. I haven't had any Devin Neal yet in this tourney,
that's what I wanted. I almost went Devin Neal again, which I probably should have because I'd only have one running back.
Yeah.
In Caleb Johnson, so
yeah. You know, another cool use case for the ADP on FastDraft, by the way, is you can use this in your startups as well. See where people who are putting money on the line are drafting these guys. For all of you guys out there who are doing, your startups, and then you're trying to figure out when to take these rookie picks. I'm gonna grab Kyle Williams here. Okay, I'm gonna grab Brashard Smith. It's no surprise I'm going 4 running backs in a row here. I wanted to grab some Kyle Williams to get some exposure, but I think the ADP took my cue there at first. Right, Mad Hat says, depending on format, I would feel comfortable. Taking Higgins late round 1, my personal wide receiver 3. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, the one person who has authority over anyone on the wide receiver room is Matt Harmon.
Lord and Savior.
Have you seen Matt Harmon's Jaden Higgins?
He's been releasing his reception perception. I haven't checked it out yet, but I know a lot of people. I saw a quick thread on Travis Hunter, and everyone's like, it's all green.
Yeah, which Deontay Johnson had a similar thing. But if you read his, if you actually read his reception perception, he gives a lot of context to his grades. But this was the chart. This is what got everybody talking on Twitter yesterday. The success rate per route is pretty rough. You don't want to have 2 routes that are green and one of them be a screen route. That's not what you're looking for. And he mentioned before he released this, he said there's someone in my reception perception database that is similar to Keon Coleman. And he said Keon Coleman can succeed, but it'll be at the catch point, not at creating separation. I don't want to, summarize his words. You can go listen to it for yourself.
So you're telling me I made the wrong pick there at the 3-4.
I'm telling you that he still thinks that Jaden Higgins can succeed. But do you guys remember what I've been saying about Higgins all offseason, though? Excuse me. I've been consistently saying that I think he should be a big slot. I've been consistently saying if Jaden Higgins was a big slot, I think he'd be more successful in the NFL. And then Matt Harmon came out and said the same thing. Now, Matt Harmon said that last year about Keon Coleman. I didn't think that about Keon Coleman, not to say that it was right or wrong. But because of his, I'd say shortcomings as a route runner, you put him in the slot, get a little more creative with him. And Matt Harmon is basically saying the concerns he had for Keon Coleman are similar with Jaden Higgins, but if he's used out of the slot as a big slot, it'll ease a lot of those concerns. And again, read it for yourself. I don't want to, take words out of his mouth that he's not using. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab some Rocket Sanders there. I'm going all running backs so far in this draft, by the way.
He's literally not one other position. Switch it up, man.
I haven't taken a single other position yet.
I have my first share of Loveland, Higgins, Hunter as well. I think my first share of Caleb. So it's good to switch it up, get some more exposure on some of these guys.
Yeah. My last pick here. I'm going to take Yarns if he's there. Yep.
He is there.
We're going to take Marcus Yarns for fun. This is a lot of people's... I got it in late. The good news is when we can actually showcase it on the desktop, I can like set my queue on the back end on my phone. Can't do that right now. But I wanted to take them just for some fun. But we'll get Ja'Cory Brooks. I actually like Ja'Cory Brooks. Ja'Cory Brooks is one of these names that like no one is talking about, but I really like, and that's a concern for me because there is no talk about him. But I think he's like my 13th ranked wide receiver in the class.
All right, you know what?
Dylan says the difference between them is Keon is way more raw than Higgins. Higgins is way more fluid. I agree. I mean, look, we came out very aggressively against Keon Coleman as a route runner last year. Not that that was unique or anything, but I have not aggressively come against Jaden Higgins as a route runner. I do think he's way more polished than Keon, but ultimately, if there's anyone you're going to trust, I think Matt Harmon is the guy that has some authority on it. So we'll see. Big slot is what I was thinking, and it's cool to see that Matt agrees there. As Terrence Ferguson comes off the board, and
that's not bad.
I don't know what the last pick was there, but all right. Now I want to see the fastest drafter, Tyler. You're slacking here, Tyler. 5.7 seconds. Come on, Tyler.
Take your time.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. All right. Best ADP was Alec A.O. Manor in the entire draft. And my best ADP was apparently Devin Neal.
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna put Colson Loveland as the health double booster.
Oh, who's your first pick?
I had Caleb.
Okay, yeah.
You know, but like if Colson goes in the first round,
yeah.
You know, if he goes in the first round to like the Chargers or something.
I can see that. All right, guys, do we want to do another one? Let us know. If there's like 3 people who comment they want to do it, we'll get into another one. Otherwise, we can also move on with the stream. But I'm having a lot of fun. Let me know if you guys want to keep rolling.
Appreciate you guys and your support and everything.
Sparrow says, I'm still ready. I love it. All right. I mean, should we hop into another one? Let us know. I mean, if you guys are watching this either now or later, just a heads up, we have officially partnered with FastDraft. You can download the app on any app store. Use the promo code LAND at sign up, and you'll get your deposit matched up to $50. That's almost 10 free drafts. When you finish any contest, DM me. I'll give you my rookie report, my season rankings, and a free trade question voucher on the Flock site, assuming that you are a LAND member on the Flock site. We've already handed out quite a few of those vouchers, and I'm happy to keep doing that. All right, we got a lot of people who want to keep going. Tommy says, let's go again. All right, let's get into another draft then, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
And you can check out the pinned comment there, gang. I'll put it in the chat again for you. All right, 4 spots waiting to fill. Maybe we'll make this the last one. Last one for today. Then we'll go to some team reviews. We got some people's reviews that we need to look at. Yeah. I'm having fun though.
No, it's good. It's been really, really exciting.
Fantasy Football Garage says, love watching y'all become best ball sickos in real time. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking to Matt obviously a lot, right? Yeah. And some of the ideas that he has coming up, we're very excited about.
Yeah, this is kind of what we've always wanted, specifically with rookie drafts, because we pump out so many rookie mocks throughout the off season. So the fact that you can kind of have the best of both worlds, put your money where your mouth is, still have the ability to mock as well.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah.
100%. And the teams that we're going to review today, by the way, I'm going to just shout out some names so people know that they are about to get their team reviewed. I know Drew Peacock is going to get a review today. He upgraded on the stream yesterday. Dad Bod we're going to look at today. Let me see. Who else? Let me refresh this. Those are the 2 we're definitely getting to. Nathan is offline. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So we're going to get to those guys today. We have quite a few offline reviews as well, which we'll do behind the scenes a little bit later. But let's do one more here. 1 spot remaining. Again, download the FastDraft app. Sign up with the promo code LAND. You'll get your deposit matched up to $50. 10 free Flex 4 drafts on us. TD says, nice fast draft graphic, by the way. Shout out to JB, one of our good friends who is a motion graphics designer, and he's been helping us.
Yeah, he's been awesome.
Yeah. Sparrow says, I would want to get a team review of the team I did last year, but I think I can't remember what team it was. That's funny. JCM says, is this a best ball just for the 2025 season? Just for the 2025 season, right? Yeah. And what will be cool is next year when we're thinking about the 2026 class and we really, like at least for you and I, Badaki, we feel really confident about the class and where we stand on it. We can get some insane values in like January, February, March. 100%, you know what I mean?
And then we can just mock like crazy. Like I said, think about last year and how we were probably getting Brian Thomas at the end of the first because not that many people believed in him. People were drafting Xavier Worthy over him right after the combine because he ran that 4.2, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
Yeah.
So there's just so many different ways it can go. I'm at the 102 here.
Okay, love it.
I get a little bit of Cam Ward here. Come on,
I'm
baby.
at the 109. Let's go, finally.
Sparrow's at the 103. Tommy's in
You know
there.
who would love this right now is Matthew.
Tyler.
The Cam Ward stand himself. He would absolutely love this stream, and he's not here. It's a damn shame.
It's a damn shame, Matthew. Put some respect on my name. Next minute, he is here.
He's just lurking in the shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, Marion Hampton at the 103 for Sparrow, and then Shador Sanders at that 104 spot, which makes sense if he does get that starting job. Wherever he does go.
All right, so we got Genty, Ward, Hampton, Sanders, Judkins, Henderson, McMillan. Wow. Okay.
Dude, I feel like McMillan is the guy that's like...
I finally can take Burden comfortably. I love that. McMillan's the guy that what?
No, I'm saying like people are going to potentially regret not taking him earlier because of everything that's been happening.
Right.
Has Matt released Tet's perception?
I don't know actually. I don't
like his graph.
So I could be
Has that
wrong.
happened yet?
I know. I haven't watched it yet, but Steve Smith made a video about Tet.
Yes, I haven't watched it either, but I'm hearing that it's not the best.
Yeah, well, about 2 months ago, I said there's no clear number one in this class outside of Hunter if he's a wide receiver. And everyone was like, you hate Tet McMillan. I'm like, no, I think he can be the number one, but I'm not sold that he has to be. But people didn't really want to hear that. As after I took Burden Golden, we had Johnson, Dart, Sampson, Harris, Loveland off the board.
Yeah, wow. Let's see who I can.
What's up, Hanif? Basically, your goal is to score the most points. It's a 6-round draft. You start 4 each week automatically, best ball style, and whoever scores the most points throughout the season, tourney style, they end up winning. Tet McMillan's chart is actually pretty good. Now I need to dive into this and actually read context, but if you actually pull up Reception Perception's website, you can see he wins in various amounts of different ways, which is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Curtis says, I watched it. Steve Smith compared him to Keon Coleman. But I think...
You know who I compared him once that pissed people off? I compared him... I don't have any RJ Harvey. Let's get some RJ Harvey. I compared him to Mike Williams coming out of Clemson. And that really made people upset. They were like, you're kidding me. You're comparing him to Mike Williams?
You're kidding me.
He's the next Mike Evans. There's no doubt about it. I'm like, all right, calm down. Like, can comps not be realistic nowadays? You know? Yeah. Like, he very well could be the Mike Evans. But Mike Williams was an incredibly good prospect. I don't think people realize how good of a prospect Mike Williams was. The way people replied to that made it quite obvious to me. I mean, if you guys need a little reminder, let me pull out our little tool that we use. Tet McMillan, let's put you over here.
I think that's a good comp. I think it's Cortland Sutton, Michael. Like that's what I see
that too.
when I watch him.
I love that actually.
Bushel Tootin.
Sutton is actually such a good comp. I have not thought about that until today. My tool isn't working right now, but that is actually an incredibly good comp for him.
Jalen, I'll get some Isaiah Bond. Maybe he gets into a nice little pattern there.
All right. So let me show you guys the type of season Mike Williams put up before he got drafted. Because
appreciate you, Sully. Thanks, man.
It was fun getting a draft with you, Sully, man. 100%. I'm very excited about this collaboration we've got going on. So this was his last year at Clemson. Like, guys, Mike Williams, people forget this. He put up 98 receptions in college, almost 1,400 yards, and 11 touchdowns. He was a top 10 pick. Comparing Ted McMillan to Mike Williams as a prospect is not disrespectful, and I don't know who needed to hear that. The majority of my comment section a month ago, but now you've heard it.
You heard it here first.
What's up, Hot Nichols? Appreciate you being here.
Hot what? Say that again?
Hot Nichols?
Mm.
This man's always trying to trap people.
Mm.
He's always trying to trap people.
That was a little bit sus.
You're just the king of the trap. I want to take Kyle Williams here. By the way, really strange close. Because I typically go heavy running back, but at this side of the board, it's the wide receivers that I liked the most as values.
Yeah. I mean, Sparrow's probably playing the same thing you did this past one. He's at the 103. Omarion, Scadaboot, Tootin, Martinez.
I'll take some Tez. At the 1-3, yeah, all running backs. That's exactly what my draft looked like, actually. We're thinking the same things there, I think. I agree, V. He would have had an incredible career. Those injuries really derailed him. It's almost like T. Higgins, but to a really strong extent, the injuries, Steve Smith comped Tet to AJ Green. If he comped Tet to AJ Green, I mean, people are going to love that. AJ Green was one hell of a player.
Yeah, for sure.
But Hanif, let me know if that makes sense, man. Let me know if you want me to explain anything further. Mad Hat says, I liked Golden before he declared, but after the combine, he's getting a bit too much hype. I can see that. I can see where you're coming from. All right, Badaki, you have gone Ward, Knoll, Brashard, Smith, Isaiah Bond, and then LaKent Allen. And who are you targeting with this last pick?
I'm going to continue to go tight end. I'm going to go Terrence Ferguson.
Hanif, there's no positional limitations, Hanif. There's no positional limitations. It's purely you can flex for every week, all positions. All you want to do is score the most points. You don't need a tight end. You can go all running back. There's no positional limits or requirements. Just your guys. You get to just draft your guys, the guys you think are going to pop off. If you thought Bucky Irving was going to kill it last year, even after his combine, you would have probably had a really good chance to win some of these tournaments. If you, like me, loved Puka Nacua the year before, I mean, the amount of money I could have won if I had this app the year Puka Nacua came out, I mean, we all would have feasted. So, no, there's no positional limitations. Let me know if that makes sense.
Yeah. No positional limitations.
Which is nice. I like that. I like that you're not restricted. But it's a simple start 4 every week, and obviously best ball style, so it will be decided for you. All right, last time I tried to draft this guy, and I didn't have enough time. So let me go ahead and take Marcus Yarns just for some funsies here. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that for some funsies here. Welcome to the squad, Marcus. We're going to draft you. Almost Mr. Irrelevant. Almost. Joe says, come on, people. I need to see someone be a real one and take Tesla. No tight end premium. Yep, no tight end premium. Alex says, y'all are going to be sick when Harold Fannin scores 300 points as a rookie. I will absolutely be.
I want it.
You're 100% right. If that happens, I will be sick to my stomach. I do like him, though. I do like him. What's up, Connor? Welcome in, my man. Yeah, you're not the only one waiting on Canada, but Cool thing is when we met with Matt for the first time, Canada was one of the ones that he really wanted to get on board. Like he's very being very intentional with Canada. So don't worry, that is on the way soon. But again, appreciate you guys big time. Starting to build up a little portfolio here. So through the drafts that we've done so far, DJ Giddens is my most owned player. I got 40% Kyle Williams. And shockingly, no one would expect this. No one would expect that I have 40% ownership of Tet McMillan. But I want to be clear, I've been at the 3 and 4 spot way too much in these drafts. That is going to change. But yeah, these are rookie numbers. Get your numbers up, son. That was a lot of fun, honestly. I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys had fun as well.
Me too, man. This is awesome.
We are going to go ahead and transition the stream, and we're going to go ahead and go to some team reviews here. All right. And again, Fast Draft is not going to be, we're still going to have other parts of the stream. Don't worry. We're still going to look at sleeper mocks and startups and all that kind of stuff. It's just a really fun addition right now. Patty says, were you farming buy lows on Twitter? It's so funny that you say that because I was literally just about to tell you guys that it's your last chance to get featured on this video. So if you don't know, I am recording a video probably tomorrow, and that video is about the best buy lows in Dynasty right now. Now, I have already put together my list of 6 players I'm going to present, but I'm going to present all of your guys' ideas. And, that might not be proper English, but if you want to be a part of it, I'll put that link in the chat. It's your last chance to get a submission in. Now, here's the thing. If you come into the, tweet and you reply and you say, DJ Moore, I'm sorry, that's not getting featured.
It's just not getting featured.
If you're just giving me a name, I can't do anything with that. I can't do anything with it, okay? If you're just going to give me a name, it's not going to work. I need to have some rationale in order to include it into a video. I need you to tell me why. Give me some backing as to why. Like a good example here, we had someone say Cedric Tillman, and then they gave me, oh, wow, that might be too much, but I love it. He might have done my job for me here. I love seeing that. But there's so many people who have provided, great backing for their rationale. So I'm excited to go through that. Why does it say post was deleted by the author? Maybe they unfollowed me or something. I haven't deleted any posts, but anyway.
Maybe they unfollowed.
So it's your last chance to get involved with that, but we are going to go ahead and transition to do some team reviews here. Appreciate y'all for being here on stream. We are going to switch things up now. Go to the team reviews, and we're going to be helping people improve some of their dynasty teams. We've got currently 2 live reviews that we're going to do, but if you can change up that link tree, by the way. But the good news is that there are at least 1 or 2 spots for a same-day review should you want a same-day review. So I'm going to put that link up there for you guys, and it's available in case you want it or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and transition here. I know we're doing Drew's. He upgraded on the stream yesterday. Yes, and I know we're doing dad bods. Corey and Playmaker, is it safe to say theirs will be sent out today?
Yes, they will.
Okay. Theirs will be sent out today. Tech and Nurka, I'll probably do yours tomorrow offline. Drew and Dadbot we're doing today. Nate's is offline. And then CC's offline if you see this. So there is 1 or 2 spots for a same-day review if you guys want to get in on this action. Let's start with some of these trade questions, though. For example, Danny Deems has a trade question. It looks like it's a Superflex 12-team start 10. They would be sending away a 2026 second and receive the 108 back as well. So that's involved in this trade. So they send away a second, Walker, Jefferson. They get back the 108 Bijan and Neighbors. And I am genuinely shocked how you can pull this off.
That's crazy. What?
But this is a no-brainer for the Bijan Neighbors side.
No question. And you get the 108. We love Justin Jefferson, but you're still in the upper tier with Malik Neighbors. You probably have the RB1, RB2 in Dynasty with Bijan Robinson and getting the 108 in something like this. I'm definitely okay with this.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer on the Bijan Neighbors side, 100%. I love it for you. Okay, we have one more trade question here on the site right now from Calster. He says, can't get a top running back and thinking of paying up given team and capital. 2025 pick is 105. Is this dumb? So they send away Chase Brown, the 105, and a second for Jahmyr Gibbs. I think you and I would both be fine with that. Let's look at his team. It's a start 9, so it's a smaller lineup. Super flex, excuse me.
And I think it just depends on, like...
He's got 2 first-round picks. He's only sending one of them this year. If he makes his trade... Sorry, he's starting Burrow, Knicks, or Mahomes, Gibbs, Hubbard, Puka, London, McBride, JSN, and then his last flex would either be Higgins or Dunze or Tracy. I think he has more than enough to make a deal like this happen.
Yeah, in a smaller league, I'll be okay with that. Especially if you have another first. In a 10-man league, you're still going to be able to get a valuable running back. Let's say that's the 110. We've seen some really decent running backs go to that 110 where you can plug and play. Sometimes the Caleb's go there. The Travion Henderson's falls to the 110, right? So it just really depends on the draft capital. But yeah. I'm okay with this trade. And Chase Brown, you're just getting off of that what if, right? So
yeah. And you're getting a premium player, no doubt about it. All right, so the first team review we're going to look at here is Drew Peacock. If you guys are out there and you're watching the stream and you want your team reviewed, you can get your team playbook, which is a customized game plan for your offseason, what to do with your draft capital. You can become a land annual Mother Flocker member. This is on the Flock site, right? You'll get a voucher, which you can use on the Flock store. You can get a voucher there, and then the offline review is free. The live review is only $7 for members, right? It's a $10 upgrade for non-members. You can check out the pinned comment there. We've got a nice, clean, new link tree. I don't know if you guys have had a look at it yet, but I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up because Badaki's been working his ass off for this fast draft and flock release with this new nice little sheesh. Look at that, how clean that is, your boy. So if you want to become an annual member, it's that one. If you want a single playbook purchase, you're a member of a different promo code, it's that second link there, the green one. But yeah, now you know the deal. Let's go to Drew Peacock. I'm going to let you get things started for us. I'm going to quickly blow my nose so I don't sound disgusting the entire stream.
No, you're totally fine. Drew, there's really no context here. Let me just see if there's any context on the back end. Doesn't matter. Also, I like to select start 8. It's actually start 10. Okay, so this is a start 10. That's what I was about to say. So a start 10 league in a super flex is the middle ground, which is basically really simple is what we've been having. What we have in our lineups. Not sure how the settings got changed. Start 10 half PPR. It is a 1.5 tight end premium. Okay. So that's all the difference. There's really no different context. We're just going to read this team, which obviously you guys can't see. But I'll go ahead and read this. Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields with Russell Wilson there. Not just, I guess you have Caleb and Trevor, which is good. Not the strongest quarterback room. Guys that have really good potential to break out and go to the next level this year. At the running back position, Kyron Williams, Dave Montgomery, Tyrone Tracy, Javonte Williams. A decent running back room.
Okay, I apologize. I'm back. What's the team name here? Six overall? My bad.
Yeah, Drew Peacock. Sorry. Yeah, no, you're totally fine. By the way, a couple of different settings. It is the middle ground. It's start 10.
Okay.
In the settings that he said, and it's also a 1.5 tight end premium.
So it's a super flex start 10.
It's a super flex start 10. He said he got the settings wrong on the back end. If you read that message.
Okay, understood. So yeah, super flex start 10, 1.5 premium. Okay, I'm on the same page.
Yeah. Kyron Williams, David Montgomery, Tyrone, decent running back room. Have to wait and see what that looks like going into this year. You can start up to 5 wide receivers: Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas, DK Metcalf, Ricky Pearsall, Deontay Johnson. That's your starting 5. It's not the strongest, really top heavy with Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas. I'm not a huge believer in the DK. I love Ricky. And then Sam Laporta, Dulce Kincaid. You don't have any firsts in 2025 nor in 2026. Okay.
So obviously, a clear lack of top end talent outside the wide receiver room. I think that's pretty obvious. We can all agree. Now, that would have been better if it was actually a start 8. But
yes, that's what I thought that as well.
With it being a start 10, it's a little bit harder to think about. But okay, so I assume it's still half PPR and it's a full point premium.
Yes, that's what he said.
Tight ends get 1 point per reception and everyone else gets half.
He says start 10 half PPR, 1.5 tight end premium.
Yeah. Okay, so right now, think about the starting lineup in a start 10. It would be Caleb, Trevor, Warfields, Kyron, Monty, Jefferson, Thomas, Laporta, and then you still need to start 3 names: Metcalf, Pearsall, Tracy, maybe Javonte, maybe Kincaid if he recovers. But you are very much middle of the pack with this team. Very much middle of the pack. And the issue is you have no first in 26 either. I'm sure you already said that, Badaki, but with no first in 2026 and being a middle of the pack team, I think this is kind of the definition of windows open. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I think this is a windows open roster.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has to be. Obviously not having the future picks there going into next year. I wonder if you have your 27 picks.
Yeah.
This is an interesting team because I feel like you're not going to get much that's going to... He says no 27.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Kevin, is this your team, Kevin?
So no 26 or 27. Then we have to be windows open. We have to compete.
I think this is Kevin, if I remember correctly, from yesterday.
Okay, so let's think this through. How can we improve this team right now with literally no draft capital? Number one, we can use that 206 to acquire a veteran. I would argue you probably need to.
You probably need to, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Secondly, you can't really afford to sell a Monty or a Tracy because if they do actually keep their jobs and you sold them for like mid-seconds, you might not be able to replace that production, and you need that production this year. So that's going to be tough. I think the only way to wiggle around this roster is to tear down from a Jefferson, a Laporta, or a Thomas, and we only need to do it once, and then we need to use that 206 on a veteran, I'd say. That's how I'm going to approach this. Overall team grade, I would probably say like a... it's C plus B minus territory.
I would say B minus.
Okay. Draft capital grade, I got to be harsh. I got to be honest. I got to be realistic here. You have no first in the next 3 years. This is a D minus draft capital grade. It's just not a part of our team that's going to help us. But doesn't mean your team is bad, right? Let's be very clear. Like we said, very clearly a windows open pathway. The untouchables on this team are Jefferson and Brian, but you're probably going to have to move one of them, maybe. Maybe we can move Laporta, we'll see. The holds on this team would be Ricky Pearsall for me. And I'm going to advocate that you probably need to hold a Tracy. I just like, if the Giants don't draft the running back and you sell this guy for a mid-second round pick, you're going to find it impossible to replace that production after the draft. You almost have to make a conviction about one of these players.
Yeah, you do.
I'd also hold Kincaid in a premium.
Yep,
and
I'm there with you.
Justin, because if you are wanting to maximize this window, he's a startable name for sure. You might start him over Trevor and Caleb each week if he's rushing the way that we've seen him before.
Yeah.
You got a lot of names you could drop, honestly. Being fully transparent, I'm going to highlight every single one of them. And any of these guys, they can get the sack. Wilson, Lance, Abaniconda, Strong, Burks, Walker, Parkinson.
Perfect.
Any of these guys can get the boot. Your waiver wire is naked, so you don't need to drop these guys, by the way. It's only if you want to clear up space, okay? Just want to make that super clear. Have we done all admin?
All admin, brother.
Let's get to the chalkboard, baby. I do not think we're sticking and picking at all if I had my way with this roster.
No, I completely agree. You want to get max value trade, or not max value.
Trade for vets, right?
Vets,
yeah.
Excuse me. So, I was thinking even with the 206, even if you get one, let's just say you get Devontae Adams, that might not be enough. I
think Devontae Adams is perfect. I'm so glad you said that. In fact, I don't even mind doing like the 206 and the 306 to have a starting offer for Devontae Adams. I think he's the perfect piece to this team. You have 2 years where he's on this offense that loves their receivers. He gives you that boost, that confidence in that final flex spot. Yeah. I think this is like the perfect piece here. I like Adams. I'd also say you're kind of in that range where you're going like Godwin, Evans.
Yeah, exactly.
Godwin, Evans. I don't know that I would pay this for Sutton, but what about using on your team like would you trade Kincaid for like a veteran? Let's look at a team that desperately needs tight end. I'm going to sort by tight end, top to bottom. Read option is last. Like I wonder. No, I don't. I was thinking like Kincaid and the 206 you could try. Terry's just not. He's fine, but I think I'd want to go something else here.
How far are we getting up with that, though? I think that's my biggest question.
Okay, what about this? What if you sent away Kincaid to this guy who has Pat as a starter? This is going to get a little creative here, okay? So we're going to send them the 306 as well as Dalton Kincaid. We want Stephon Diggs and their 207 in a tight end premium. I think we could potentially get there.
So you want Stephon Diggs.
Can you add Russell Wilson maybe?
I just don't know if I want to go. I mean, look, I like Stephon Diggs. I think I would rather go a different route than. I think there's still question marks with Diggs. I think I like the production that's coming his way. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm at.
I hear you. I'm a big fan of Diggs' buy for this specific team, but I understand he's not for every team. Totally get that. The guy who has Cole Kmet as his starter could be interesting. We could we could maybe like try and nab a Debo. I don't know if I like that though. I don't think that's gonna work. The guy who has Kelsey has Reed, Pittman. Would you do a Kincaid for Reed?
Would.
Kincaid for Reed could make sense in this format. Excuse me.
But this is full, right? So I feel like.
But it's only a 0.5 premium because it's half PPR, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Or is it 1.5 point per reception, Kevin, for tight ends? Can you clarify? Because
I'm pretty sure it's 1.5 because that's what he said in the That's what he said in the description.
Okay, my bad. Then that changes things. We need more than Jaden Reed.
That's why at first I was like, I'm a bit confused, and then I did think about the half PPR.
Then
because I went straight to like Waddle or something.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. In a full point premium, I think you're right. Waddle, and then this Diggs trade is definitely doable. By the way, to do that second and third round swap, and then you can use that 207 on another player as well. Okay, it's a full point premium. So let's reassess here.
So tight ends are really the shit in a half premium league.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. DJ Moore is ideal. The guy has Michael Mayer. Could we send him Kincaid and would you do Kincaid and the 206 for DJ Moore in a full point? Maybe you can get something back. Can you get back a future second or something?
I'm okay with that. I think that's okay.
Future third.
I would imagine that might be even for a DJ, but yes, he probably want to get some more stuff.
I mean, you can try and only send a 306 if you think it's possible. The issue is Kincaid is difficult to trade right now, but you'll know better than us with what your league values these players as. But yeah, Waddle works for sure. I like that a lot. Reed is shooting too low. As much as I don't like Zay Flowers, I think you could go that direction. Everyone else, okay. How about the guy who has Worthy? I think that's also fine with me.
Yeah, Worthy could be a good piece.
I don't think you're going to get that done right now. Full transparency. People are very high on Worthy. You don't really have another Olave as well.
Yeah, Olave. Yeah, I like that one.
Okay. So that all makes sense. Like we said, Adams. I'll also say, like, adding running backs to this list, the Kamaras of the world, maybe the James Connors. Is there another name that you that would stand out to you?
You said James Connors. I'm a Kamara.
Najee? I think I would risk Najee on this.
Yeah, you can think of Aaron Jones. That's another guy that came to mind.
Oh, you know what? I would rather send a 306 for Jordan Mason right now.
Sure.
That could be 200 IQ. I don't even mind if we have to add the 406 too.
That's probably the safest guys that are in that loop, right? Because then it kind of goes down to like the Tony Pollards, the Ramondre Stevensons of the world.
You know what? I just want to quickly say, if you can get like 2 of these deals done, I don't actually think you need to tear down from any of these guys.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Because if you can get Adams, I was like, hell, you can just get Devontae Adams and just see how can just see how your team goes for that year. Because if let's just say you get Devontae Adams only, in reality, all you have to do is hope that Tracy no one behind the Giants drafts Tracy. Yeah. Because then you have an extra flex. Your starting lineup would be Caleb, Trevor, Kyron Williams, David Montgomery, Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas, Sam Laporta, with DK Metcalf, Ricky Pearsall, and then Devontae Adams with Tyrone Tracy as the plug-in just in case somebody goes down.
Yeah.
So
I don't really want to tear down from a Jefferson or a Brian Thomas now that we've done this, but I am willing to see.
Well, would you like Kevin said he really tried for Najee. What was the offer, by the way? But continue. Sorry.
Would you do like a Kittle, a Dunze, Kittle Ayuk, Kittle Tyreek for Laporta tear down?
Yes.
George Kittle plus Brandon Ayuk. You know, you might have to add like the 306 in there. I don't know, but that tight end should have a lot of power. Obviously, you prefer a Dunze. I don't know if that's possible. What if you made it the 206? I'm just trying to get as creative as possible and open as many doors as I can for you.
You said you tried the 206.
Mark, what about
Najee?
No, Mark's not going to work. The guy just doesn't have options. Okay, yeah, those are your main options there.
And Kevin, jump in if you have any other questions, man. If you have questions, any other ideas you want us to explore, we can definitely go through that. But, I mean, I agree. Like, I would rather just try and get one of these wide receivers. I think if it's Adams, Godwin, Evan, hell, even just doing the Dalton Kincaid for the Chris Olave or the Waddle, see where that happens or where that goes. That already gives you that extra depth that you need because you're just one piece off, essentially. Just to give you that little bit of grace going into the season.
Yeah.
And then I guess you can always sell. I doubt you can sell like Russell Wilson to somebody for anything, but like I think of
Kevin says the guy wants Fields and Pearsall for a Dunze. Look, the thing is that's not bad value at all. Like that's pretty fair. The issue is I don't think your roster can handle that.
No, you lose.
You know, you have no. Keep in mind, you have no future firsts at all. You know, and your depth is already really shot. You really need to do a 2-for-1 where you get the 2. So those type of deals are probably not going to be beneficial for you long term. I mean, just imagine if Monty and Tracy both like lost pivotal roles and you did a 2-for-1. You know, and Trevor goes down again. You're trying to start Caleb and Russ. You have no RB2. You have no last flex spot. You're relying on Kincaid and Ertz. It's just you don't have the facilities for it, big man.
You don't have the facilities for that.
By the way, is Sparrow on the chat? I just wanted to let him know that you purchased you used your voucher, but you currently got an offline Sparrow. If you want to make it online, it's just a $7 super message on the Flock site. No pressure either way, though. A lot of people prefer offline. People really like offlines. By the way, got an email from Matt. Update on FastDraft. He says we could be live in Pennsylvania soon, and Canada by the end of the month. So there is a good possibility anyone out there who is in Pennsylvania and Canada, the man himself is saying there's a good shot by the end of the month you guys could be playing with us on FastDraft. So that is exciting. So yeah, you currently have an offline one. The voucher makes the offline version completely free. And then the upgrade is just $7 for members. It's $10 for non-members to get it on the live stream. And that's just because of the demand right now that you'll see on the stream.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll move.
He said it hates Michigan. I know, right? It's okay. I'll move. It's actually, to be completely transparent, Michigan is one of the hardest states to get any sports betting platform up and running. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Underdog wasn't allowed in Michigan for the longest, or maybe still isn't. But anyways, Sammy Stack says, is it all of Canada?
I think all of Canada except Ontario for now.
Ontario
is another tough one, but hopefully you don't live in Ontario.
Minutes.
He's like, I live in Ontario.
But good thing is you have a month to move, guys. You have a month to move.
He is in Ontario.
Oh no, that's.
But Kevin, please let us know if you have any final questions, my man. I think, while you've put yourself in a little bit of a difficult spot with having no future first, the team is good enough to compete. And you have the assets. Let's say mid-season, your team is just tanking. You have the assets in Jefferson and Brian to go out there and try and get your future first back to retool this. But that's how we would do it, man. Please let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything we didn't answer well enough. We are still here on the stream for you. Want to make sure you feel great about your review. And Badaki, you can give the spiel about the playbook if you want.
Yeah, Kevin. First of all, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. And you should be receiving your playbook within 72 hours on the Flock Fantasy message system there, customized with everything that we drew up for you today. And once again, a really good team. Or decent team. I don't want to say really good team. It was a decent team. You can still compete. You just need that one or two pieces. Yeah. Try and get one of those vets to change your team around. But thank you so much once again for the support, Kevin.
Yeah, appreciate you big time, my friend. Appreciate you big time. All right, so
is that real? That's not real.
What?
Sorry. Sauce.
Nah.
That's not real, right?
Sauce, are you trolling?
Is it April Fool's?
Oh, he says April Fool's. I was like, wait a second.
I saw that and I stopped for a second. I was like, whoa, that's a bit.
Yeah.
Because that's actually not terrible for the 49ers. But anyways.
So Sparrow, all you're going to do to upgrade is go to that personal advice button. You see this at the top right or the bottom right. When you click that, you see that super message tab right there. Click super message. Then choose, once you're here, let me load this up for you. Choose, obviously, Zach and Badaki. Just put that to $7. You can literally just put 7 there. This is for members, right? For non-members, it's $10 upgrade. But just so you guys know, when you become an annual member and you go through this whole process where you submit your review, even if you're going to do a review, a playbook, and you're not a member with us, right? When you go through this process, make sure your draft picks are right, choose the right team. But then you'll see there's a little button down here, like a little tier, if that makes sense. So the baseline is the offline one. And then it's just $10 more for non-members to get the live one. You'll see it change there. And that this will be $7 for members with the promo code LAND. So let me know if that makes sense, my friend. Dadbot is next. He originally bought one offline a la carte. And then he came back and said, hey, the team review I submitted, can you make it live? And we can absolutely do that. Squid Games League number 456. I love it. We're going to go ahead and hit next and do this live for him. Nate is currently offline. And then we'll see if Sparrow, if you want to upgrade or not. No pressure, obviously. Okay.
Hey, Dadbot, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the support. If you're here, please let us know if you are in the chat and jump in at any point in time. If not, That's okay. Well, you'll be able to watch this back, and we'll have a read of your context. He said, "What draft picks should I make to best suit my team?" This is a 2-quarterback, 12 team start 10. So this is just classic middle ground, just like a lot of our follower leagues. And you're currently ranked first out of 12. And let's have a look at your team here. Let me just fill some things out really quick.
I like the theme, though. I like the theme of it's
the
like
league?
An entire league of I mean, why is number 9 calling himself Thanos? Oh, that's because the guy's name is Thanos in season 2.
Anyways, having a look, I don't know the reference, so
you haven't seen Squid Games?
Oh yeah.
Thanos is like he used to be a K-pop star, and he
was a K-pop
in season 2.
in the second one. Yes, okay. He is here, by the way, Richard.
Love it.
Pierre Luis.
What's up, Richard?
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support once again. Let's have a look. It is Squid Games. I don't know why my mind didn't click. It's different. Josh Allen, Drizzy Drake, May, and Tommy Cutlets. Look it up. A good quarterback room. Obviously, when these guys go down, you're going to need another quarterback, which we like to have a third quarterback rostered. At the running back position, Chuba Hubbard, Zach Charbonnet, and the list goes on. Not the strongest running back room, but I can see you have the 101 and the 106 and the 108, which is phenomenal. You can start up to 5 wide receivers. That's T. Higgins, Richie Rich, Terry McLaurin, Jerry Jeudy, Jawan Jennings is your starting 5. Not the strongest, but you have a starting lineup with, Hunter Henry, Noah Fant there. Okay. Well, it is 0.75 premium, according to this.
Yep.
Okay, let me start filling out some stuff here.
No, you're good. I'll kind of take over here. So you think about your starting lineup. Right now, you'd be starting Allen, May. I'm just going to go ahead and say Genty, Hubbard, Higgins, Rice, if he's available. Probably going to go Warren or Loveland in a league like this with a tight end premium. And then we have to start 3 more names, which would probably be Terry, Jeudy, and Jennings. So, I mean, with Josh Allen alone, I think you're probably going to be... With Josh Allen and Genty alone, I think you're probably going to be competing. This must be... Is this team... like, how far off is the startup draft for this team? Was this a recent startup? Because it feels like it could be.
It feels very recent. It definitely does, because a lot of the team is...
The untouchables would be Josh Allen and the 101. He says just drafted. I mean, tell me we don't do this for a living. Come on, we know what we're doing, okay? Allen and the 101 are the untouchables. The holds would be Rice for me. I think Sharps is worth holding as well for a team like this with weak running back room. As far as the drops, you can drop Shark, Perry. You can drop Gus at this point. You can drop Nick Westbrook-Akini if you want. You can go even further. I mean, you could drop Colby, Eric Gray, Alec Pierce, but those are definite guys that you can drop. On your waiver wire, definitely prioritize 2 names. Malik Willis. Malik should be rostered over Tommy, honestly.
Yeah, just in case.
I would prioritize Devin Singletary on this team because if they... I'd say Mostert and Singletary are decent pickups because if they don't go running back high, they could have work. De'Ami Brown is another name I would prioritize. Those are the guys on the waiver wire that interest me. And as far as a pathway, I think we're gonna lean like sleeper.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
sleeper, competitive sleeper.
Yeah, I think it's just outside of that contender. Well, not just outside. I think it is outside contender just because of your running back room. Specifically your wide receiver room, in my opinion. Like I said, you have a starting lineup, but these aren't the guys that like you're going into war saying, I'm so confident in each and every one of these guys outside of, I'll probably say T. Higgins, if he stays healthy. Other than that, you're like, at least I got, these are the more flex options type of players that you have on your starting lineup here. So
yeah, exactly. By the way, Sparrow just got your submission, so we're gonna do Sparrows after this as well.
Appreciate you, Sparrow.
So he upgraded to live, and we have one spot. We have one spot left for a same day live review. Okay, so we are going to rock sleeper here. I like the team. I definitely think you can compete. In fact, I think if you get into the playoffs, a team like this, anything can happen with those names. A Judy run again, a Juwan Jennings run again, Rice getting healthy, Terry, Higgins, Genty, Allen. I think anything's possible, but let's go to the chalkboard here. A team like this, I'm definitely going to take Ashton Genty unless something just falls apart drastically. At the 106, you're going to be in this big old range with kind of whoever's left from that top group. Probably not going to have Hampton and McMillan, but you're probably going to choose from one of these names. Actually, you know what?
You probably have to.
You probably need to prioritize a tight end.
Tight end.
With the premium you have.
It just really depends on the rest of the board. Like with the premium, I'm not sure if tight ends are going to be right off the board there, but I mean, I can have a little sneak peek at who has the 107.
And Evie makes a really good point. If one of these tight ends are on the board and they both go, if both of these tight ends are on the board at the 106 and they both go round 1, you could go ahead and bank on one of these other positions and then know that you're going to get whoever's left over at the 108. But let's just go ahead and say, because the premium, probably unlikely, which means you probably need to prioritize one of those guys there. But there is a very realistic scenario where, you could grab one of those tight ends. At the same time, if you go the tight end of your preference, is the next one not going to go at the 107 anyway? So either way, I think you're going to be in a great spot, ending up with, one of these names here. So yeah, definitely a great option. At the 303, true BPA. We can't really say yet. Our rookie report will say what that is after the draft. Fig says, what I love about you guys, it's not always just, you need to tear down and sell the 101. Yeah, definitely depends on each team, right? And the settings in each league. But let's just say hypothetically, Badaki, we ended up with Genty, we grabbed Loveland or Warren, and then Burden fell to the 108. Hypothetically. Or Enigbuka or something like that. Let's say it's Genty, Warren, Egbuka. That's great for this team. Because
that's exactly what you need.
You have a starting tight end now for the future with untapped upside. You have another wide receiver room in your wide receiver room that desperately needs depth and top end talent. You have a legit starting running back duo of Hubbard and Genty. Now, I probably would lean like running back, tight end, running back over running back, tight end, wide receiver with this team because you really have no RB3 you can rely on. I'd rather have Hubbard kind of transition to that third RB, but
I agree.
Don't force it. If a wide receiver is a clear best available player at the 108, then don't force that. Because we're going sleeper pathway, I really don't, and because you have the 106, 108, I don't see like a tier down play with this team. I think it's stick and pick here.
You stick and pick, and you really don't want to use these guys or get like a max value type of player because if these guys don't hit, like there's a lot of what ifs on this team. Specifically, let's just say Rashee Rice gets suspended 4 games. Jerry Jeudy, who's going to be throwing him the ball? Ricky Pearsall takes a big step over Juwan Jennings, and then he's now the third option that's not getting a lot of work. That then tells us maybe you should potentially pivot because you're not going to necessarily know what's going to be happening with the rest of your team, and you're not going to be competing in that way. So
I think the pivot is super easy in season, by the way.
Exactly.
Josh Allen tear down. That will spark everything for you in season, and you'll be able to tear down from him too.
And you still have your 26 first, which is really crucial. So,
as far as like trades on this team, though, I'm not really like desperately wanting to sell. Like, I'll say like Rico Dowdle, I'm willing to try and move off of his signing with the Panthers. Leggett, I'd be willing to move. There's no big names that you can really net big time returns from. I actually think I don't know who we would trade on this team now.
You can't trade anyone. The guys that I want to get off of, like I'm a big believer in Ricky, and he's going to take a big step. I would personally be getting off Juwan Jennings. I think we saw a nice little spark from him last year because Debo was down, Ayuk was down. Ricky Pearsall didn't really take the big step, but you can't really get much for Jennings. So I think you can get what you can get now instead of in season. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, I like Juwan. I think he's legitimately good, but I agree with you that I think Ricky's the future. So it's a little bit. It's a little bit
depends
tough,
on what you can
honestly.
get. Like, I think I would rather pivot to like, you probably can get like the 207, 206, but like
I think mid-second
there,
is fine.
right?
If you can get somewhere like the 205 to 207 range, I think you can take that kind of risk. I mean, what about like using Jennings to try and get to Ricky though? What if we do Jennings and the 303?
Well, another pathway I was thinking. Yeah, another pathway I was thinking is getting myself to another like. Well, yeah, you want to get younger. I was gonna say you can try the Devontae Adams route, using that 303, the Chris Godwin route.
Yeah, with the sleeper status here, we probably want to try and stay young.
Stay young, exactly. So, where is Pearsall here?
Yeah, I want to give a really good review here, but I really feel limited by the moves that we can make. I'll say with Leggett, I'd take any second in any year at this point. With Rico, if you can get anything from like the 301 to the 304, I think that's ideal for you. But man, I don't want to suggest for you to tear down from Allen. You can't tear down from May.
Yeah, please jump in if you have any other questions or a pathway you would like us to think of.
Why don't we just quickly explore a tear down from Allen?
That's what I was going to say. Josh Allen, if it doesn't necessarily work out for him. I agree.
Okay, let's have a look at teams that could be eligible. So, this guy is very young. He's building around the draft. I don't think he's going to do it. Justin Herbert. That would give this guy Herbert and Old Mate. Josh Allen. Something like Herbert, Marvin, or Odunze. And something. Let's say Herbert, Odunze. And could you get a future first on top of that?
Yeah, I was thinking a first. He's probably not going to want to sell his first with a team like this, though.
Would you be willing to... I would definitely include my 303 to get that done. But if we went this route, how high would you go to try and push it over the line? Would you also include Charbonnet? Would you include Jennings? Judy? Like what? How far would you push this? I think I would do Jennings.
Yeah, I would do Jennings because I'll be okay to swap him out with Rome. In the sense of, let's just see what the season looks like with this team, hypothetically.
Yeah. Okay, so that is one option. I like that. We could tier all the way down to Penix. It would be like Penix, London, or McConkey and the 107.
107, yeah. Still giving you more depth, getting your wide receiver room a little bit more comfortable, feeling confident in that quarterback room, and
I like that
getting that 107 kind of secures one of those tight ends unless
you literally make the decision, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're right. Sorry to cut you off. Someone could take it before the 106, right? So
you can take both, but just depends on who has the 202 to the 205 if they need tight end.
I love a Purdy tear down, like Purdy, Wilson 102 or something. You know?
Yeah, Brock Purdy.
I kind of love that. I mean, I would send Jennings as well to get that done.
Yeah, I agree. Then you get Ashton and Amari on.
Yeah. Amari
on. And then you're really competing 100%. I mean, not that you weren't, but like that makes your running back room significantly better.
Yo, what's up, Connor? If you're purchasing one a la carte, when you go to the checkout, just slide the tier to live. That's all we ask. And again, it's just because of the demand right now that we have. So you'll see these little two buttons here. You just want to slide it up to tier. If you're a member, you will get a discount, 30% off of this price, right? So, quick math, 89 actually comes down to $63, I think it is. If you're doing one a la carte, if you are purchasing one as an annual member, you'll have a voucher and it will come down to only $7. I'm just going to keep looking at options here. You know, I did think about Dak Figs, but I think we want to stay young. That's why I'm only looking at these young names. You know, I don't know about you, Badaki, but I want to stay young with this team so we have some flexibility. I love the idea of a Knicks tear down. What about like a Knicks McBride 104? That would be hot. You might be muted.
Sorry, yes, I was muted.
Do you like this?
Yes, I do. The Knicks McBride 104, yes.
Yeah, we can send back Hunter Henry. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to go too crazy because you're giving up like the number one asset in your league. But I'll say that if you can get any of those deals done, then I'm willing to tear down from Josh Allen. But I do think you're a little bit limited because there's just so few amount of players on your team that I really want to sell.
Yeah, okay.
But I really want to hear from you, Richard. I want to make sure you're happy. I want to make sure you feel good about the review. You feel like you got your money's worth. You feel great about it. And you feel confident moving forward. Please let us know if there's anything we didn't cover well enough. I'm going to go and hit next. But once we have finished on that, it will be time to refresh. And then we'll do... we'll get to Sparrow here. He says, awesome. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you, my friend. Like Badaki always says, your team playbook is going to be customized and sent to you within 72 hours, my friend. So you'll have that very soon as well. So we do have Sparrow here. We also have a trade question from Crush. Let's do that real quick. So this is a free trade question from his annual membership. He sent Mike Evans, and he's getting an early second. Now, I wonder if he's given us any context on where that early second is. No. Here's what I would say. Let's have a look at his team real quick. So his team is D. Leffler here. Yeah. If that is an early second, like the 201 to the 202, sure. If that's more like the 204, probably not with your current team's condition. But 201, 202, I think we pulled the trigger on that. How about you?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Looking at this team. Yeah.
All right.
Agree.
Last team we're looking at today, unless someone else wants to sign up for a same-day live review, is this is Nathan here. He says, hey, guys, I have mine set for an offline review and just seeing if I get that cool playbook as a part of the review. Yes, sir. So the offline review, the difference between the two, by the way, guys, the live review is always done on the live stream, and then later on you are sent that graphic, which we call the playbook, which is customized to everything we talk about. The way the offline one works is that chalkboard you'll see on the right side is chocked full of information. Notes from me personally. I'm writing all these offline reviews personally every single time. So it's very in-depth. It's very it's detailed. And oftentimes we have to send almost every offline review. We have to send multiple chalkboards because there's just so much information because it is done offline versus live. So yeah. But completely up to you, Nathan. If you want to upgrade it and get it done today, we have one more spot, so you can submit that super message, that $10 super message to upgrade on the Flock site, but no pressure. But let's go to Sparrow here, and obviously, you can decide whatever you prefer there, Nathan, and let us know if you have any more questions. Let's go to Sparrow. I'm going to let you read the context. I am going to be right back.
No, all good. Sparrow, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. He says, I submitted this team last year too, and I had to buy and lost right away. And the same thing happened again this time. I had no quarterbacks when I first submitted this team, but now I have Bo Nix and also added Kyron Williams in a trade. What move should I make now to take another step forward towards a championship? Okay, and your team is called the Minnesota Tiger Vikings. This is a 2-quarterback, 12-team start 9 and a 0.5 tight end premium here. We'll have a look at your team. You're currently ranked 2nd out of 12. Obviously, you can see that there. And whenever Zach gets here, we'll have a look at your team. But I'll go ahead and start reading it off as Zach is doing what he's doing here. Bo Nix, Will Levis, Aiden O'Connell, and the list goes on. So like you kind of mentioned, that quarterback room is kind of where you're struggling at, which is okay. Getting Bo Nix, but I see your draft capital, which we'll talk about. Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams with Rashad White. So you have that Tampa Bay backfield locked up with Kyron Williams and Bijan Robinson. Literally the best running back room according to Zach rankings in this league. At the wide receiver position, you can start up to 4 wide receivers, and here's your starting 4. Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, and then Marvin Mims. But once again, you have that 102, that 109 that you can get some draft capital with, or some maybe wide receiver with TJ Hawkinson and Brenton Strange, which is phenomenal 2 wide receivers. Just trying to get closer to competing here, which we can definitely get you to. And please jump in at any point in time, Sparrow. Yeah. You know how this works.
Sparrow's an OG. He knows the playground here.
Well, good team though. I like it.
It's good outside of quarterback.
It is good outside of quarterback.
It is a super flex start 9, right?
Yes.
So you already said meat and potatoes, but I'm gonna put it in the chat. So the good news is you have a lot of premium players, and you have a lineup that is not built around depth. So that is actually really good. You can just message here, Sparrow, in the live chat. You're good, man. You've already done the upgrade. In fact, let me go ahead and clear this upgrade for you. Beautiful. So yeah, that is the good news. You have a lot of premium top-end talent, and you have a league that doesn't really care as much about depth. So when you think about your starting lineup right now, I think you're going to maybe need to draft. You're going to either need to use the 109 on a quarterback, the 102 on a quarterback in a trade, or take Cam Ward. So
the 102.
Let's assume it's Bo Nix and someone else that we're going to take, right? Then Bijan, Bucky, then Chase, Amon-Ra, Hawkinson. And guys, we only need 2 more starters. That's Garrett Wilson, Kyron Williams. And we still have all these picks. The 102, 109, 209. So we can definitely make moves with this team. I definitely think that if anything's going to hold you back, it's that quarterback room.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I wonder where you got Bo Nix last year, because you've been very glued into the channel. And you would have been a Bo Nix guy like us, I think.
110. Love that.
Look, let's go, baby.
I love it. There are some things I would say you should definitely do. Like, I see Kirk Cousins available. I think Michael Penix is a guy, but what if he goes somewhere? I see Kenny Pickett. If they don't draft a quarterback, which I highly doubt, they probably will pick him up just in case. I think those are 2 quick moves I would do.
Yeah, and he's already got Rattler there as well, which is great.
Yeah.
I'd say drop Lance and O'Connell and pick up like Cousins, Willis, Pickett, you know.
Yeah. That's kind of the route where I would go, just to.
Mitchell's definitely pick upable. Diami, AJ Barner. Let's talk untouchables. Bijan, Chase.
Yep.
Let's talk holds. That would be. Wow, this is Brenton Strange. I'm about to talk about Brenton Strange in an upcoming video. Can't wait for you guys to watch it. Brenton Strange. Rattler actually is a really good hold for a team like this in this situation. I'd also put Mims in that conversation. And I want to lean like Devon Vele as well, because if they don't bring in another person and Evan Ingram was the main addition, those guys could have a shot. By the way, I was doing a video, Banaki. This is so weird. Like, it doesn't even compute. If you look at Marvin Mims' second half of the season, he's averaging like 40% of the snaps. And I think he has like 14 points per game or something from week 11 onwards or something crazy on 40% of the snaps.
Baby.
It's crazy.
You know me. I loved Marvin Mims.
You did love Marvin. Okay, so pathway for this team. I definitely think we're contending, right? We just need to figure out quarterback.
Yeah, we need to figure out quarterback with the contending.
But we are contending, right?
I would say so. If he can get one.
I almost want to use like Kyron in the 109 for a quarterback.
He said he just traded for Kyron. I wonder what that trade was, or that was maybe last year. He said he was like, and also traded Kyron Williams, and also added Kyron Williams in a trade. So,
okay,
not sure what that could have been.
By the way, I did just see Nathan's upgrade, so we'll review Nathan's on stream, and then we also have Connor's here. So those will be the last two on today's stream. Okay, so sorry for the crunching, guys. I got a sore throat.
Last off season. You got him, Kyron Williams last season for Pollard, the 210, the 211. That's crazy.
Okay, overall team grade. I'm gonna go like a B plus, and that sounds weird for a guy who has Will Levis as his quarterback too. But the rest of this team is just really, really appealing to me.
Yeah.
Draft capital grade, we're gonna lean like a B plus as well. And then we're going to go contender pathway for this guy, for Sparrow here. Now, let's go to the chalkboard. I think in an ideal world, I want to use a 109 in a trade. And I want to keep the 102 if I can. So in an ideal world, like we're adding Hampton or McMillan or, you know, I guess Ward is definitely up for debate here as well with a team like this. But it's probably Ward or McMillan or Hampton or Burden. You know, it'll be clear after the draft. At the 109, you're going to be in range where maybe Sanders. You know, Sanders could be an option if he goes in round 1.
It could be, yeah.
And then beyond that, it's too far out to really give good advice on those late picks. Okay. Now, I would probably prefer a stick and pick at the 102 and a trade at the 109. So that's what I would like to discuss. The 109 plus Kyron Williams. That gives us a flexibility at the 102 to either pick Amari on Hampton if he's a first round pick, or to trade back from the 102 and grab any running back that we want and, you know, kind of improve that depth a little bit should we need to do so. So 109 and Kyron. Let's find a team that is running back needy, that has good quarterbacks. I'm going to sort by running back strength. And at the bottom, Washington Wolverines. We might be out of range there. That would have been perfect if they had like a Purdy or something. I don't think Kyron in 109 is getting you Jalen Hurts.
No, I don't think so either.
Let's keep looking. Baker and Trevor's interesting. What would you say about T-Law plus the 112 or something? The 109 and Kyron for Trevor and the 112. What do we think about that?
For Trevor Lawrence and the 112.
I feel like Kyron and Trevor are similarly valued. I mean, you could even try and get the 110 first, like that slight pick swap. But, yeah. This guy could definitely use a Kyron.
It's definitely an option.
Mahomes, Jackson, too steep. Penix.
I just don't see him wanting to give it away. Like, if I'm looking at teams, I'm looking at somebody that has a third quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair. But let's just say Penix and would you do Penix in the 205 and 208?
Yep.
Apologize, that looks terrible. Let me fix that. But I think you're right in the sense of that is probably the least likely owner so far.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Where were you going?
I would say maybe Jordan Love.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, maybe.
You probably can't get as much back.
No, you probably can't.
Maybe the 204.
Yeah. 204, maybe like you can get George in there.
You could try and acquire Justin cheap, but like, what about the 209 plus something for Justin Fields as well?
Yeah, and this is kind of where my next route, I was like, how about we use our seconds, package it, Go the Matthew Staffords, go the Russell Wilsons, go the Justin Fields, and see if you can scoot by and then take the chance on the 109 if Sanders does fall to you.
Yeah. Well, I want to just quickly finish this little thought. I'm sorry for going on a limb there. Goff is interesting. What about Goff 111?
Let's see.
I think that's doable.
Or 109 in Kyron. Yeah, that could be okay.
Dak is actually a really good idea. This guy has Tua already. So we could say Dak. What about Dak Metcalf?
Yeah, Dak DK. I'm not a big DK guy, but I think that can get it done.
I'm starting to become a buy low on him. Weirdly enough, which is so strange. I haven't felt that way in a long time. But I definitely, we all agree that it's not an ideal situation.
Carl said he wants the 102 when I asked him who. The Dak Prescott guy?
Tell me that's a joke. Tell me the Dak Prescott guy is not expecting the 102. Please. Please. You're kidding. Please send this time code to him. Are you kidding me, dude? You want the 102 for Dak Prescott? That's why you're probably not making many trades in this league. Step up. Be realistic. All right, you can send that to him. I don't. Meet me on the block. See me on the next stream.
Meet me on the block.
Anyway, those are some ideas. Sorry, I kind of cut you off there, but let's explore the Justin Fields route. I think Fields makes sense as well as like an A-Rich.
Sure, Anthony Richardson is up there, depending on the team. You could
maybe try and go Tua as well. And then Badaki's right. Like, if you can't pull any of these deals off, you might need to go quarterback at the 102. Like, you might need to go Cam Ward. And that's assuming he's the first overall pick.
Look, Sparrow, I mean, obviously, you've been in a lot of our mock drafts and a lot of our real drafts. Try and utilize a trade window if you have one. If somebody wants to pay up for the 102 to get a Marion, and you can get,
sure.
Let's just say you just try and move back every single time. You're gonna have to get a feel for your league and see if you can get value and just move back to get Cam Ward. Let's say you can move all the way back to the 107 and Cam Ward's there, and you get value and more draft capital in this draft, or maybe you get some more depth pieces. Maybe you get added on to Devontae Adams, the Chris Godwins in a package, whatever the case may be, right? So I would take advantage of that first and then go there.
Sorry, Evie made me laugh there. I want to make Evie. Evie's always here and like always contributing in a great way. We're gonna make her a moderator. How do I do this? Standard or managing?
Yeah, standard.
Is it standard? Okay. Evie, you're a moderator now. You're hilarious. Also, Evie, if you ever want to contribute over on Discord with us, hit me up. We've got a good group of like 5 people we love who kind of help our Discord bring life to it. Always love people with good vibes. Evie's got great vibes. Okay.
Fucking vibes.
You know the vibes? Okay, so outside of that, I don't want to move Bijan. I don't want to move Bucky. I don't want to move Chase, Amon-Ra, Garrett in a league that is so small for the starting lineup. So I really don't want to suggest any like tear downs in a league like this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like across the board, I don't really want to tear down. I want to keep that core intact of Nix, Bijan, Bucky, Chase, Amon-Ra, Wilson, Hawkinson.
I agree.
But I want to hear any thoughts you have, Sparrow. Let me know. He says, what about trading up from the 109 if Ward is there at the 106, 107? I think we can definitely do that. If that is the scenario, you could go like 109 and 209. See if that moves you up 2 spots.
He said, what about trading up for the 109?
Also, by the way, if I'll just say this, like if Shedeur Sanders is around 1 pick, you can lock him in here. As in, if he's on the clock, you take him. If you get a gauge of your league and they don't like Sanders at all, then I definitely think you take the value at the 109 and go best player available at the 102. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, I'll probably do that. Okay.
So please let me know if you got any questions, Sparrow. I want to make sure you feel great about this review. I want to make sure you feel like you got your money's worth, your bang for your buck, clear direction, good ideas, good advice. I want everyone who gets a playbook with us, a review with us, to feel great about it. I want them to really walk away and say, those guys really gave it their all with that review. So if there's anything at all that we didn't cover, please let me know, and I'd be happy to go further in depth. Yes, Sparrow, if you're a Strange owner, please watch the video that comes out Thursday.
Yes.
Please watch the video that comes out Thursday. Because I think he's undervalued right now, so I would definitely hold him. But yeah, I like the team. Assuming everyone stays healthy. Let's say you even added the Dak guy seems unrealistic, but let's say you added Jared Goff to this team. Like a lineup of Knicks, Goff, Bucky, Bijan, Chase, Amon-Ra, Hawkinson, Garrett, and then that last spot is filled with Hampton at the 102, or whatever you did at the 111, or, Kyron or whatever it is. That I think you're in a really good spot there. You might use Kyron in the trade, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, fantastic team. Honestly, it is a fantastic team. You're just one quarterback short of it being, incredibly good, I guess. Yeah. Shout out to English, not using my creative words today.
Sparrow, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the support. As always, you should be receiving your playbook within 72 hours on the Flock Fantasy message system, customized with everything that we drew up here for you today, man. I think it's a great team. You are one quarterback away from just competing. Put any quarterback. Honestly, put Bryce Young, Jared Goff, put Russell Wilson.
Tua.
You're competing. You're a competing team.
Yeah.
So you just got to find a way to get one of those guys on the team, and you're chilling.
I agree 100%. I appreciate you big time, Sparrow. Again, let us know if you have any last minute questions. If anybody out there is watching this, we are going to do 2 more reviews today, and that's all we can afford to do today. But that means that from tomorrow onwards, the queue is completely free for live reviews. So if you're out there, you want your team playbook, we consider it a customized game plan for your offseason, right? Exactly what we've been doing for these other people we'll do for you. You can get that by becoming a promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker member. It'll give you a voucher, which you'll use to the Flock store to get that review, that playbook. If you want it done live, just make sure you move that slider up to the live tier. It's $7 for members who use their, their voucher. And then it's just a $10 upgrade for non-members. So yes, you are one of 2, Connor. You are one of 2. Sparrow says, would you consider trading the 26th pick since I'm contending? Definitely not opposed to it. Like, honestly, if you had to go out there and, people don't want Kyron Williams, but you had to replace any of these with a 26th pick, I'm not opposed to it if you're going to go out there and compete. But I would need to do, the Love Penix side of this. So 109 and a 26th first for Penix and those picks, or for Love and those picks. I'm not opposed to it. You might even be able to get into that Jalen Hurts range, which we talked about. That guy who had Jalen Hurts. Where was he? What team was that?
I think it was he had
Washington Wolverines. You added 26 first onto this. Maybe we can go out there and look at a Jalen Hurts ad, right? A 106 plus a 26 first plus Kyron Williams. Let's get Jalen Hurts plus what? And go out there and win a championship. Jalen Hurts and... Wow, this guy's team is weird. He actually could really use a break of this team. Can we add DJ Moore if we send over... the 209 and Rashad or something? You'd have to get creative here.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
But those type of deals, you can shoot a little higher. You could also just remove DJ Moore and ask for a second in the future, and remove those other picks. So you can definitely get creative with it. So do it if I can secure a quarterback. Yes. If you can secure a quarterback that's a top end quarterback, I would be okay with doing it. But outside of that, I think you can also view it as like, let's try and find a Band-Aid for now, whether that's a Fields, A-Rich, Tags, Prescott, Tua, Love, Goff, Penix, Trevor. And then if that's not working in season, you can still use that 26 first to go out there and manipulate some trades in season as well. But yeah.
Appreciate you, Sparrow. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate you big time, my man. Let's go ahead and refresh here.
Nathan is next here. And let us know if you are still here, Nathan. Thank you so much for upgrading to a live review.
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as complete, but we'll do your review right here, right now. Right now.
Since I'm still here. Awesome. So Nathan, you're up next, or you're up now, and then Connor, you're going to be right after Nathan here.
Yep.
So stay tuned, and I'll read this context.
And then the live queue, sorry, is completely free for anyone who wants to be up next for the next stream. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Just looking for some general advice. This league also has kickers and defenses, currently rostering Jake Bates, Steelers, and Bears. I'm also hoping on making a trade for a 27 first for Jonathan Taylor. And your team is called Florida Naders, and is a 2 quarterback, 12 team start 9 half PPR.
That's the same as what we just had, actually.
Yeah, meat and potatoes, a really similar lineup as the Sparrow. Let's have a look at your team.
Florida Naders.
Florida Naders. Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray, phenomenal quarterback room. You don't have to really worry about that. At the running back position, Bucky Irving, Tyrone Tracy, Rashad White. Another team that has that Tampa Bay backfield locked up, but you do have the 101, which is phenomenal. You can start up to 4 wide receivers. Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison, and in the same position as Sparrow, doesn't have a strong wide receiver 4. But the difference is your quarterback room, your tight end room, is
the weak spot
in dire need.
But your quarterback room is a huge strength.
And I'm assuming you don't have
your 26
picks. any at all.
Let us know if that's correct.
Yes, let us know if that's correct.
Because that will obviously determine how we do this review and what advice we give. No picks in 26 at all. So I'm going to go ahead and say the pathway for this team, windows open. Again, no reason for a team like this to not go out and try and win it this year. It doesn't make sense. You benefit nothing whatsoever from not contending this year. So I think what we could do with a team like this is use like a Kyler Murray to try and add to your wide receiver room or your tight end room. In an ideal world, you make a move like that. And then the 101 is really interesting with this league. There's no tight end premium. What the starting lineup right now would be Burrow, Caleb, Bucky, Tracy, Chase, Thomas, Marvin, a ghost tight end, and then the 101. You definitely need a Genty on this team.
Yeah, I think Genty,
Tracy is a tough guy to rely on as RB2.
I think it just really depends. Like, I think in a team in a league like this, the way I would think about it, I would see the landing spots. Like if I told you, like if I had this team and I knew Quinshon Judkins went to the Broncos in the 2nd round, can I trade back into that spot and take him and get some value because I know I need depth, I know I need a tight end.
Sure.
But I think it just all depends on the draft capital on some of these players.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I want to get a premium player though with the start 9 tag.
Yeah, I 100% understand that.
Okay, let's go through admin. Your untouchables. You got 4 of them. Burrow, Chase, Thomas, Genty, 101, right? That is great news in a start 9. We love that in a start 9. Those guys make the difference between you being a playoff team and a championship team. The holds on this team would definitely be like a Marvin Harrison and Isaiah Likely. And those are 2 holds I really like. As far as drops, I mean, you got a lot of drops, honestly, here, my man. Like Stone Smart, Lucas Kroll, Jaheim Bell, Brendan Rice, Tyler Goodson, Zamir White, RIP, Jake Browning. You can drop any number of these players should you choose to. Now, the reason you probably have them rostered, I'd rather have Sincere McCormick over the Zamir White Goodson side. The reason you probably have these guys rostered is because your waiver wire is butt-ass naked. Okay? I love Johnny's. I love that Johnny is here saying like, "Hey, there's 2 slots in the Origins left." I love that you guys love it as much as we do. That's actually incredible. Johnny, we're gonna be live tomorrow doing more drafts. Please join us tomorrow, Johnny. I'm already excited for tomorrow's stream. I love it's like revived our streams, like made me excited for it. But yeah, have we done all admin here?
Yeah, all admin, overall team grade.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? Because no tight end, no draft picks. So the draft capital grade is so peculiar because he has a 101, but he has no other picks that are important in the next 2 years outside of that 101.
I say we just put that right in the middle. Then it's just going to be like a C+.
Yeah, I say C+. Overall team grade, I would say B.
I would say B+. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I would go.
All right, let's go to the chalkboard. All right, at the 101, Ashton Genty. We can talk about a tear down and what that would look like, but I really believe you should go a premium player in a start 9. You know, I know we have holes, but I'd rather use Kyler to fill my hole.
I'm sorry. Pause.
Yeah, you know what? Yep, that's on me. Kyler Murray. Outside of that, I don't think there's another trade away. I think Kyler and the 102 is our main pieces. Tracy, let's just say this. If you can get any first for him in any year, you know, you take it. But you have no picks. You can't really afford... The thing with these teams, like the Windows Open... pathway teams, is that if you guys sell like a Tracy, a Monty, a Brown, you sell these guys at their current value and they do become starters, you're going to find it really tough to replace that production on your win now windows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's the tough part with those ones. But let's explore a 101 tear down and a Kyler Murray trade. I think that's what we should do with this team.
I'm just going to use the bathroom. I'll be back.
You're all good, brother. Yeah, so tear down. So we're going to explore this. Okay. All right. Yeah, you know, you really need like the 4 running backs to go in the first 2 rounds to do a tear down, I think, in a league like this where starters are so premium. You need Genty, Hampton, Judkins, Henderson. You need at least those 4 to be all first 2 round picks in the NFL draft to really have the meat, the protein in this class to tear down. In that scenario, you probably can't. And by the way, I'm sorry, Chai Weeze. We do read the chat, but we're just we're in a moment right now where we're trying to give these people who have donated to us their time to shine. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, that makes sense, Nathan, holding the bad guys even though the waiver is dog doo-doo. Okay, so we've made that clear. Let's look at these teams that we could tear down to. Like 107 Adunze. No, I don't even think I'd want to do that. What about Powers? Ooh. This guy's not going to do it, though. He doesn't need a running back. He doesn't need to tier up. He needs wide receiver. He's positioned fine. Okay, so 105. I think it would be 105 Walker. 105 plus Ken Walker plus like the 201. Okay. And if you guys think this is too aggressive, then we just don't agree on Ashton Genty as a prospect. I think he is a Bijan, Gibbs, Saquon level prospect. And if you guys think this price is too much, then I get it. But what would I ask for a rookie Bijan Robinson right now? If he was a rookie, that package would be at a minimum. You know what I mean? So, again, if you have a problem with it, I don't mind that you have a problem with it. but I'm not going to sell the pick for less than that. And if that means you have to keep it, so be it. I'm not afraid to just keep the pick. The 104 is interesting because they have like 104, 106, 108. Now their roster is completely decimated, so I don't think they're going to do something like that. But alternatively, you could ask for like the 104 Pearsall, 108 at minimum, something like that. But the issue with the tear down is you have to find the right team, and not every team is ready to tier up. You could go to the 102. Yeah, this guy's team sucks. There's like, you're not going to do it for the 202. You're not going to lose all the strength of the class by just getting the 202. He doesn't have a future first. Look, I would do it if you can get his 27 second or 27 first, no doubt about it. In fact, I would even give him like the 303 in a deal like that. I think where I want to go, though, is Kyler Murray. Using Kyler Murray to address tight end. So, ideally, the teams that have tight ends we like need quarterback. Let's see if that's the case. Nope, Brock Bowers' team doesn't need quarterback. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have much leverage here with these top two guys. This team is probably not interested in a Kyler Murray. The Sam Laporta team, though. The Sam Laporta team, I think you could maybe make some waves here. I want Sam Laporta in the 206 at minimum. Do you think you can stretch it further, though? Yeah, I think in a lot of leagues you could probably get the 111 on top of that and send the 303. That is ideal. I think that is the best trade we've come up with so far for a team like this. The good news, this guy already has Njoku. So you could actually go, we could actually get a little more creative here. We could go Kyler, and we could target Njoku, but add another piece here, like a 109. Yeah, I don't actually hate that. I like that a lot. You could even do... Yeah, I think that actually makes a lot of sense. I like that a lot. Okay, let's keep looking. A lot of these teams are just not going to...
Oh, God. 104 Ricky.
Need quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go for, like Kyler Murray and try and get a tight end, because if you can secure a tight end, get Ashton Genty, and then get one of the rookies to fill in, like you said, Sam Laporta 206. That could be Jack Besh. He gets a good landing spot. It's like, all right, I can plug him in if I need to or whatever.
You could also go Hawkinson and Waddle. I think that is actually a pretty happy medium there for most people. That guy only has Jalen Hurts on his team, so I think he'd be open to a pivot. I think those are your main options there, though. The 101 and Kyler Murray are really your only pieces, your chess pieces here, I think, personally.
Have we checked waiver wire?
Nathan says, yeah, that's been my struggle. The teams with valued players are kind of set at strong spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you have a couple windows, which we've exploited here. And honestly, even if you just get one of these deals done, I think you're in a good spot.
Yeah, I think so as well. For me personally, I'll pick up the Curtis Samuels. I'll pick up Darius Slayton just to see what happens, especially with the moon ball there.
I think Samuel's toast, to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
But I agree with everything else.
Like you can just pick up. I guess you have extra spots, right? You can drop these tight ends, like we said. Pick up to see what happens. Like my favorite right now is Darius Slayton, because Russell Wilson just likes to throw the ball deep, and Darius Slayton's the deep threat. Not saying he's going to be phenomenal, but like he can have boom
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. But Nathan, appreciate you, brother. Please, obviously you've been jumping in. I was a little bit. I was away. Let us know if you have any last minute questions. As always, you should be receiving your playbook within 72 hours in the Flock Fantasy message system there, customized with everything that we drew up here for you today. This is a really good team. Another team that was meat and potatoes. And you have some pieces to move and utilize to fill those holes like Zach was trying to get Kyler Murray to do. But I think it's great.
Allegedly.
I got the tape.
Put
the clip in the chat.
I'll have my attorney reach out to you. Yeah, Nathan, please let us know if you have any last minute questions. Appreciate your support again. Big time, man. Much love. He says, thanks for the advice. I'll start sending out some feelers. Trading away Kyler as a Cardinals fan will be tough emotionally. Yeah, I get that. But it must be done. We must do things that we don't want to. All right, Connor, you are the last one on today's stream. If you guys are out there and you want your team reviewed by us, after we do Connor's, we're going to log off for the day, but there will be a empty queue for live reviews. Corey and Playmaker are done. Tech and Nurka are offline. I'll do them tomorrow, as well as C0624. So the live reviews will be, the queue will be completely empty for you, ready to go for tomorrow's stream if you want to submit one. But let's go to Connor here. And he says, we also start kicker and defense, and I have Aubrey in the Broncos D. And his team name is London Silly Nannies. And he's got no picks this year. I just wanted to make sure before we do this review. Go ahead and read this out for us.
Yeah.
Tua Lipa is a hilarious team name, by the way.
Tua Lipa. Connor, please jump in. Like we always say at any point in time. He says, honestly, just hit a parlay and I'm winding down my day. There isn't anything I'm really interested in doing with this roster. I think I am set. Wondering if you guys can just kind of go through the league a bit. This is my main league with my best buddies, probably 2,000 texts sent a day in our group chat. And I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I definitely know that feeling. So let's have a look. It's a 2-quarterback, 10-team start, 9-9. So another meat and potatoes, and you're currently ranked 4th out of 10 here.
3 straight meat and potatoes. That's rare.
It is meat and potatoes here. All right, let's have a look at
this team. By the
way,
he said a couple things as well in the chat. If you want to read that.
Okay, yeah. Connor says we'll see a kick and defense. Have Pollard. Have Poland's 27 first. Penix has Space Cowboys first. Okay, he's just telling all who has the first here.
Okay.
And how you guys exchange.
How many first do you have overall, Connor? I'm curious.
Yeah, in 2027.
So, first thing I'll note off the bat is no picks in either year. So, I can pretty much confidently say the pathway without even looking at the team is going to be windows open. There's, again, just no reason not to compete. You're not going to benefit at all from not being a competitive team. Your starting lineup right now, you're someone who really would have wished that Darnold stayed in Minnesota. But Patrick, Caleb, Darnold. Your starting lineup is Patrick, Caleb, Jacobs, Kyron, Chase, Jefferson, Jonnu, I guess, and then Ladd, Marv. So I'll be honest with you, like, the depth is not exactly where I would want it to be for a team that has no first in the next couple years. And you got a lot of guys you're relying on right now to not go belly up. Your Najees, your Stevensons, right? But I guess Sutton is actually a nice depth piece for a team like this. I kind of overlooked him a little bit. I think tight end is what concerns me the most. You kind of, you definitely need to pick up Gesicki, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. Pick up Mike Gesicki. I'll pick up Michael Mayer. I would also pick up Luke Musgrave because I still believe in him.
I'd pick up Barner over Musgrave, but I like both of those pickups, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd probably comfortably drop like Rasheen Ali, Gibson, Moss. And then I guess you need to keep Carr and Rattler. But if the Broncos draft someone, you could maybe drop Estime. I'm not going to say that for sure right now. Your untouchables are Chase and Jefferson. Your holds on this team will be Marvin. Probably Najee becomes a hold, considering you have no picks to replace that production. I also really like Sutton as a hold for a team like this, oddly enough, and Blake Corum, considering you have Kyron Williams. Overall team grade. I lean B flat.
Yep, I'm there with you. B flat. Draft capital, it's probably
F.
Yeah,
it's an F. I mean, there's no
look,
first.
No, you're right. There's no first in the next 2 years, which is totally fine.
You can say D minus to be nice.
Yeah. I think I'm a nice guy today.
Yeah. Okay, he's high on Komet. And look, Komet could definitely resurge with Ben Johnson.
Bulk it up, Connor. Bulk it up. I'm Komet too.
I'll let all of you guys who are delusional continue to live in your delusion. I'm kidding. It is totally possible. It is totally possible. It's funny because like there are some players that when you and I first started creating content, we were on the podcast and we had like very strong takes on. And now if they do anything at all that's remotely good, we're like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah,
Cole Komet is one of yours.
Dude, I love Cole Komet.
Anyway,
I would just say, Connor, really quick, on like the quickest tangent possible. If they do draft the Marions, the Ashton Genty is probably dead because you just know that workload is most likely going to go to them over Komet. But
are you talking about Poland's team?
I'm talking about his team. Like I'm talking about Cole Komet in the Bears offense.
Oh, okay, understood. My bad.
Sorry. Continue.
No. That's good insight. Polish Army. Is it Polish Army? Is that the guy's pick that you have? And he says, "Tell me this isn't going to be the 101 in 2027." It could be close. Yeah, I mean Mooney is his wide receiver 1, but he does have a 106, 201. It's probably going to be the 101. You're probably right. Let's go ahead and say that's an untouchable too. Don't move that pick whatsoever.
Move that bus.
Bro, have you seen all the documentaries about Extreme Home Makeover, how it ruined everyone's life that happened to?
No, I haven't.
Because what they did is like they built these houses that are so extravagant for all these families who were struggling, and none of the families could afford the mortgage or like the bills that the house turned into. Like all these people had like $3,000 electricity bills, and they weren't even making enough money to cover the electricity bill. Anyway, story for a different day.
That's crazy though. That's wild.
Insane. Like there's a whole documentary on all these families who just got screwed over. Okay, as far as moves with this team, I mean, you kind of said it yourself. I don't really think there are many moves to make with a team like this, but you said that in the context. I think the only move you could really make is like a Jefferson tear down. Outside of that, I don't think there's a move to be made. Like right now, you're starting Mahomes, Caleb, Jacobs, Kyron, Chase, Jefferson, Komet, Ladd, Marvin, and you have Sutton as a flex. You have Najee. You have maybe Stevenson as a flex. So I really don't think you need to make a move point blank, period. And I'm not selling any of these names. I'm not selling Marvin. I'm not selling Ladd. I'm open to selling Jacobs and Kyron, but not when you don't have your picks in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
I really think you could make an argument to sell Darnold because you have Carr and Rattler, but I think you want Darnold there as a contender.
No, especially in a 10-man league, that might be a little bit more difficult.
I think
trying to find a suitor.
The only thing I can really think of, Badaki, is tearing down from Jefferson and going receiver tight end. And we can explore that for you, Connor. But like you said yourself, there's probably not a lot of wiggle room with your team like this. But I will explore it. And again, the idea is to tear down and improve at tight end. So why don't we sort by tight end strength and look at these top end teams? Bauer Rangers, they could use some wide receivers. I mean, they're already pretty strong. I really doubt they're going to entertain this. But
yeah, I doubt they're going to entertain that.
It would be what, Bowers, Judy, Bowers, Godwin or something?
It would have to be along those lines, but I think I would just rather keep JJ.
Yeah, the issue, this isn't a premium, is it?
Nah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather keep JJ. Yeah, so I don't really like that. Let's see if there's a different meeting point here. McBride Brown is nice, actually. And the guy has Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, exactly.
That could actually work.
That might be the play, actually.
That actually could be 200 IQ.
He says it's hard to trade quarterbacks since only 20 are starting every week. League doesn't value them super high unless Lamar, Allen, Hurts, or Daniels. Well, that's okay. We're going to sell Justin Jefferson.
And by the way, I prefer to get JSN in this deal. I just don't think you can. But I will just say I prefer to get JSN. You could also, yeah. So that's an idea. Laporta, there's just nothing to meet Laporta there. Hawkinson, nothing. I mean, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. No. There's no like middle. Well, what about like Hawkinson 103, 109?
Okay.
But then again, we're competing. And we just lost a premium player. I don't know if I like that. No premium.
I would agree. There's no premium. I would rather get somebody established. I don't think that's George Kittle, Tualipa.
Yeah.
I just feel like the drop down is way too much. Like, you know, same thing with
yeah. No, it's difficult. I mean, dude, you're really limited with this league. I think you're kind of everyone's tucked up into where they want to be right now. He says you sorted by previous season standings. By the way, did I? I didn't know I could do that.
Oh, is that how the standings work? We just tight ends.
Yeah, I sorted by tight end strength just then. Yeah, what about like Andrews, JSN, and a pick? I think I would entertain something like that.
What pick? Because he doesn't have.
I'm assuming you would have his 27.
Okay.
But you could even say instead of the pick, like ask for James Cook or something. He says Poland is the only one who really wants to move. Let's see. Poland has nothing to offer you, though. Honestly, Connor, you know, you said it yourself. There's not as much, you know, to do with this roster. He says there isn't anything I'm really interested in doing with this roster. I think those are really the main two options, these two trades we've offered. I mean, please let us know if there's something that we didn't cover well enough that you want to have an opinion on. But overall, when I look at this league, you know, kind of as a whole, you're right there. It's like these 6 teams that have a legitimate chance of winning every year. You know, I look at a team like Daniels. The only reason they're ranked this high is the quarterback room. Your team overall is a better overall team, I would say. You know, you look at a team like Order of the Phoenix, they're just as in there like swimwear as anyone else. Wow, this team actually is incredible once you add Genty, but it only takes one running back injury for them to be shit. You're right there with everyone else, man. You have just as much of a chance into the playoffs as the championship as anyone else.
This is a good team. This is a really good team, and a team like this, especially when you know we want to give you the best bang for your buck. Best thing we can say is don't overthink it.
Yeah.
You know, stay true to your lane. What you've done so far has been great. And how you got here, you have 27 first. So like,
yep.
Yeah, you don't have your 26 first. That's gonna be okay. But you know, in 27, you're gonna have a stud on team that you're just gonna add to the studs of studs.
Yeah.
That you have literally the wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 in Dynasty, which is crazy right now.
100%.
That's hard.
And you know you can replenish here soon, so I like it.
Exactly.
I like it a lot. Appreciate you big time, my friend. Please let us know if you have any final minute questions. He says, I mainly wanted to flex the team. I love it, which I love. I'm glad we were able to look at it on stream with you today, man. And just while Connor's letting us know if he has any final minute questions, first off, congrats on the parlay. But if your name is TechAs, Nerk28, and CC0626, I'm planning on doing your offline reviews tomorrow. Before we jump on to stream, maybe I'll see, but they are coming very soon. And if you guys are watching this and you want your team reviewed, well, the queue for live reviews is currently open for business, so it's a great time to go ahead and submit. But I think that's it for today, man. I had a lot of fun doing those origin drafts. I love that people are already coming back and wanting more. and we'll be live tomorrow. And I'm sure we'll get into a couple tomorrow as well.
Yeah, love guys, appreciate you.
Connor says, any advice for Poland? Yeah, ask for your buy-in back and then orphan the team. I'm kidding. I mean, that's a full rebuild. The only thing you can do as a team like this is you can maybe sell Brock Purdy for more pieces in season, hope Pacheco and Dobbins recover and sell them. And it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time for you to get competitive with a team like that. Polish army. All right.
I agree.
Evie says the feedback is to add more green and yellows. There you go. That is it for today, guys. I appreciate all the support from, the fast draft announcement, the Origin drafts. Again, go get signed up on Origin if you haven't yet. I'll put a link in the chat for you. That is the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I'll put a link in the chat for you. But we are officially partnered with FastDraft. You can download their app on any platform. Use the promo code LAND at sign up. You'll get your deposit matched up to $50, which is about 10 free drafts on us. Once you finish, please DM me. I'm going to give you a free trade question voucher on the Flock Fantasy site for LAND members, and we'll be drafting throughout the week. Check out the link in the pinned comment to sign up. And feel free to DM us with any questions. That's it for today, guys. We'll see you soon. Nothing but love.
Love.